taught a bit of pill, a consequence unfit. He built his throne on lies, on curated, careful scams. Now dash fires burning bright, exposing all the shams. Let's troll the haters, the algorithms are rigged, but truth is hard, a bit of pill, a consequence unfit. He built his throne on lies, on curated, careful scams. Now dash fires burning bright, exposing all the shams. Crash out, king, your reign is done. The empire's crumbling down. Dash fires lit the match, the fire spreading through the town. No more pity bodies, no more crocodile tears. The reckoning is here, filled by all these wasted years. Crash out, king, your pockets bleed. Your image in the dirt. You built your castle on sand, and now it's getting hurt. So scream and rage and bend, it won't change what's been shown. Your lies are unraveling, your true colors have grown. Remember Pizza Gate, the rage. The census ran another manufactured crisis, another desperate slant. He blocks the truth, he silences, he hides behind his wall. But dash fires digging deep, exposing it all. The support is dwindling, the chapter goes down now. Sent for the Simpson sycophants are leaking from his brow. He begs for such, he whines a climactic display. While genuine creators struggle, he's just leeching day by day. Crash out, king, your reign is done. The empire's crumbling down. Dash fires lit the match, the fire spreading through the town. No more pity bodies, no more crocodile tears. The reckoning is here, filled by all these wasted years. Crash out, king, your pockets bleed. Your image in the dirt. You built your castle on sand, and now it's getting hurt. So scream and rage and bend, it won't change what's been shown. Your lies are unraveling, your true colors have grown. The salt is overflowing, the tears are turning sour. He's losing his control, his fragile fading power. He calls it hate, harassment, a victim in his mind. But accountability's a bitch, a truth he can't outgrind. Fire's evidence is mounting, undeniable and clear. The manipulation, the toxicity for everyone to hear. He's trapped within his echo chamber, a prisoner of his lies, while the outside world is watching with disgust in their eyes. He plays the DSP gaming curse, a pathetic weak excuse for years of narcissistic rage and financial abuse. Bills are piling up, the pressure's getting tight. He's scrambling for donations, grasping with all his might. Crash out, king, your reign is done. The empire's crumbling down. Dash fires lit the match, the fire spreading through the town. No more pity bodies, no more crocodile tears. The reckoning is here, filled by all these wasted years. Crash out, king, your pockets bleed. Your image in the dirt. You built your castle on sand, and now it's getting hurt. The salt is overflowing, the tears are turning sour. He's losing his control, his fragile fading power. He calls it hate and harassment, a victim in his mind. But accountability's a bitch, a truth he can't outgrind.
Yo, let the record skip, rewind the tape. Another clown falls, another sad escape. Review tech, you say, the king of cringe and fluff got his throne snatched, turns out he wasn't tough enough. Keemstar's laughter echoes a digital guillotine, chops off the head of a washed up failing machine. LOLCOW tech, the name itself a monument to shame. Now it's a graveyard whispering your forgotten name. Fired from the show, kicked to the curb and left to bleed. Another YouTuber falls, planting a pathetic seed of desperation, lies, and desperate flailing cries. Review tech, you say your last damn goodbye. You built your empire on clickbait and empty hype. Now the algorithm's turned and you're paying the price. Keemstar's the judge, the jury, and the executioner's hand. Welcome to the wasteland. Welcome to no man's land. Remember the glory, the fleeting, artificial fame, built on stolen content, a repetitive, boring game of regurgitated specs and superficial sheen, lacking substance, depth, a hollow echoing scene. You thought you were untouchable, a digital demigod, but pride comes before the fall. Understood, your legacy cemented in a mountain of deceit, a cautionary tale of how ambition can't be beat. Fired from the show, kicked to the curb and left to bleed. Another YouTuber falls, planting a pathetic seed of desperation, lies, and desperate desperate flailing cries. Review tech to say your last damn goodbye. You built your empire on clickbait and empty hype. Now the algorithm's turned and you're paying the price. Keemstar's the judge, the jury, and the executioner's hand. Welcome to the wasteland. Welcome to no man's land. From tech guru to dumpster fire, a rapid descent. Your credibility shattered, your reputation spent. Speed, burning bridges faster. You could build them up. Now you're choking on the ashes, drinking from the bitter cup. Don't try to rally your fans, they've already seen the light. The facade is crumbling, exposed in the harsh spotlight. Your excuses are pathetic, your apologies ring false. Just another fallen soldier in this internet waltz. Keemstar saw the weakness, exploited every crack, left you broken and defeated. There's no turning back. Fired from the show, kicked to the curb and left to bleed. Another YouTuber falls, planting a pathetic seed of desperation, lies, and desperate flailing cries. Review ticker, so you say your last damn goodbye. You built your empire on clickbait and empty hype. Now the algorithm's turned and you're paying the price. Keemstar's the judge, the jury, and the executioner's hand. Welcome to the wasteland. Welcome to no man's land. Yeah, no man's land. Remember the name. Review tech, you say. Gone. Next. The PWR's got a digital crown. Sits on his throne of pixels and frowns. His kingdom's a chat, his court's a stream. Living large in a glitchy dream. But the mirror cracks, the truth gets loud. Dash fire's torch burns through the cloud. Drifters parade, marching in the shade. Smoke and mirrors all starting to fade. Dash fire's flame cuts through the charade. Drifters parade, a spotlight decay. He sells you a story, a crafted tale. But the seams are frayed, the threads are stayed. Every click's a brick in his crumbling wall. Dash fire's whistle calls out it all. Drifters parade, marching in the shade. Smoke and mirrors all starting to fade. Dash fire's flame cuts through the charade. Drifters parade, a spotlight decay. He sells you a story, a crafted tale. But the seams are frayed, the threads are stale. Every click's a brick in his crumbling wall. Dash fire's whistle calls out it all. Grifters parade, marching in the shade. Smoke and mirrors all starting to fade. Dash fire's flame cuts through the charade. Grifters parade, a spotlight decay. Control the haters, the algorithms are rigged. But truth is hard to bitter pill, a consequence unfig. He built his throne on lies, on curated, kept the scams out. Dash fire's burning bright, exposing all the shams. Crash out, king, your reign is done. The empire's crumbling down. Dash fire's lit the match, the fire's spreading through the town. No more painted bodies, no more crocodile tears. The reckoning is here, filled by all these wasted years. Crash out, king, your pockets bleed. Your image in the dirt. You built your castle on sand, and now it's getting hurt. So scream and rage and bend, it won't change what's been shown. Your lies are unraveling, your true colors have grown.
What is going on, guys? What is going on? We are back for episode 3. Oh, what is going on, Lord Diaz? What is going on, Mile? Cadet? We got Kinda Sav, the guest of the hour, who will be on very shortly. We got Tank, we got Jordan, What is going on, my friends? Episode 3, Robust Podcast. We have a special guest today because she is not like other girls. She is much worse. But before we get to that, we're going to watch a few clips here. And let me put this on here. So, we have this clip from Kinda Sav. And she had problems with her TTS just like I did. And it's the most hilarious thing I've ever seen. Let's take a look at this Kinda Sav clip.
Okay? You two, being
Yes.
stupid, actually flagged my video and said that I had broken community terms of service.
Yeah, because
I
he threatened
disputed
the
it and I got it
kid.
removed. I said, you're out of your mind. Child
Excuse
is
me,
not there.
what
I'm
term
not
of
slapping
service
a
did I
child.
break when
What
I
are you
threatened to
talking
pimp
about?
slap a
You don't
child?
understand English language, so
Excuse
they
me?
reversed it.
What rule did I break? Last time I checked, this was America,
So
where we
yeah,
have free
shit like
speech.
that. I'm not kidding. Every moment,
JC,
everything I say
hello?
on a
He would have
stream,
ran away from
they're
that girl,
always
absolutely.
mass-flagging me and trying to get me into trouble for shit that I didn't do anything wrong. Like, what did I do wrong there? Nothing.
This Pokemon-themed pixel
Nothing.
art
He
was
thinks
made
he
to
did
commemorate
nothing
the occasion.
wrong.
These small moments carried
did
Phil's
nothing
live streams
wrong.
for 2018.
How can you
Nothing
not?
individually
What the
significant happening, but enough happening to remind the internet of his existence. This all hardly
fuck
competed
is
with ongoing
this?
events.
Okay?
Okay, that was the wrong clip, but you get the point. Funny stuff there. DSP being DSP. And then we also have this one here. Oh, this is the TTS one here. So, a lot of people like to troll people on TTS, and this is absolutely hilarious.
Pretty cool. So imagine, it's fast moving.
$2 has tipped
Fast
$2 and
serve,
says $2 has
Mexican
tipped
style.
me $2 thanks to $2 for the $2 so that's what $2 said in his tip message, but $2 did actually tip me $2 so I want to thank personally $2 for the $2 because those $2 is $2 more than what I had before. $2 tipped $2 so thank you to $2 for the dollars.
Pretty cool.
And you can tell Kinda Sav streams are absolutely fun. They're amazing, and we will get into that. There's one clip. It's a tweet from Kinda Sav, but I thought this was absolutely funny because I had to bring this up. So back in October 8th, 2024, DSP said when Starfield comes out, no one will ever talk about Baldur's Gate 3 again. Kinda Sav, Baldur's Gate 3 is popular right now, and then quotes DSP, but once Starfield hits, you're likely not going to hear anything about Baldur's Gate ever again. Bill Burnell, 2023.
Baldur's Gate 3 is popular right now, but once Starfield hits, you're likely not going to hear anything about Baldur's Gate ever again. I'm sorry, but that's just the way of things. Baldur's Gate.
That is probably one of the worst age things I've ever seen from DSP. So we're going to take that off. And how are you guys feeling today? You guys having a good night? I see Phil is not feeling the new game there. Was it Crimson Desert? We have... When I see you lot having fun on X makes me want to make an account. I just can't bring myself to do it, yeah. Yeah, it's fun, but also, yeah, there's a lot of stuff that goes on there. So let's change some things here. Okay. So we should have everything ready to go. Yeah, age like unpasteurized milk in the sun, yeah.
Hello.
Hey, how is it going?
It's going well. How about you?
I'm very good. Finally,
Right on.
we get Kinda Sav on the Robust Podcast. On the 1-year anniversary of the 666 podcast, by the way.
I know, I can't believe that. When you told me that, it's kind of weird because it doesn't really feel like it's been a full year, but on the other hand, it feels like it's been years and years, don't you think?
Yeah.
It feels like it's been both, like a really long time and no time at all.
Yeah, because a lot of stuff happened last year, so we just flew right by. And this year's kind of dragged on a bit, but we've had moments here and there. But
Yeah, I guess it's hard to believe that because the level 666 podcast kind of is like the final, it's like a marker to when the Kino Casino arc kind of like officially ended, you know? So
well,
it's kind of crazy to think that it's already been a whole year.
yeah, and it's gonna be one of those moments that is part of DSP history that everybody will go back and I remember where I was when I saw this. I
Yeah.
remember freaking out about this.
Oh,
It's
dude,
it's
and
so
it
yeah.
was a surprise too. That's the other thing. Like, um, he said it was just going to be a regular podcast where he happened to have Review Tech USA on, and then he pulled that. It was shocking.
And the thing that always gets me, well, there's multiple things that get me, is when he goes, "This is not the level 1 podcast. This is the level 666 podcast straight out of fucking hell." But just the way he says it.
It's so bad. It's insane. Yeah, it's like hard to believe that that happened now that we're a little bit away from it. Like, I don't know if you've gone back yourself and watched it lately, but it is fucking crazy. Like, it's really bad.
Yeah, there was moments I forgot about. Like someone was telling me like, "Oh, remember the picture on the case?" I was like, "Yeah, I remember. It's the two guys." And they go, "Oh yeah, don't you remember they were shirtless too?" I'm like,
Yeah.
"Wait, he printed out a shirtless picture of them. He had to search for that too, by the way. It's not like it's a common picture."
Yeah, I had never seen that photo before. And then like not only did he have to print it out, but he had to cut it out from the sheet of paper with scissors. And then he had to take like there was like scotch tape on it. He had to take tape and like tape it into the briefcase.
Oh,
It's so funny. You know, it's like, have you ever seen the movie Mean Girls?
oh yeah.
So, you know when Regina realizes that Lindsay Lohan has been feeding her the fat bars or whatever, and then she screams, and there's like that scene where she's like super frantic and she's like ripping up the burn book and she's like taping pictures in there and writing shit with her marker. Like it's
Yeah.
like the same energy as that. Like Phil doing arts and crafts because he's so upset with Kino Casino.
But also too, he did the most DSP thing ever. So he opens up the case and says, "This is just gonna be like your RTU thing, where we're gonna take the chips out every time we find something." He never took any chips out. He never
Yeah.
did anything.
Yeah, it totally went out the window. And you know, I think like this might be quite possibly the only RTUW that's ever happened in all of history because RTU didn't feed into it at all and it made it way funnier.
Well, when you have RTU be the voice of reason, there's something majorly
Yeah.
wrong there.
That's just it. Like this is like if you just watched this stream of RTU and nothing else, you might think he's like a reasonable normal dude because he just looks so reasonable and normal compared to this like raving lunatic, you know?
Yeah, because he's asking questions. He's like not believing him. You know, minus the microphone stuff, which he could have had
Oh,
so much
God.
more fun if he let Phil just play this out. But he
No
came
kidding.
off reasonable. He's asking questions. He's like, "I don't believe you," blah blah blah. And then you go to his stream, like his regular stream. He's like, "Oh, gay sex this and gay this and gay that," and making all these jokes. And you're like, "Okay, this guy's just a lunatic."
Oh yeah. Oh dude, his streams are absolutely unbearable. I don't know how often, if ever, you watch them, but oh my god. Like it is next level dented.
Yeah, and there's a reason Jay Hoof actually quit. I don't know if you remember the reason. Well, he tried to quit because he got fired before he could.
Was
re-
it the PC thing, the like loaded PC, or was that something else? I know, you know what? These two guys have like the craziest on again, off again situation.
So he sent the PC before he fired him. However, he wanted Jay to do clips of his stream. And Jay refused to do it because there's no structure. It's just all over the place and he doesn't want to watch like 8 hours of a stream. So Jay said, "I'm not
Oh,
fucking
man.
doing that." Yeah. And then he got fired.
Man, I don't even blame him. I think Jay might be possibly even worse than RTU, but that was the right call to make because I can't imagine being forced to sit through the whole raw streams just to pick out like a few good parts to make clips out of. I don't think it's possible.
Yeah, because there was one time I was clipping RTU on one of my other channels, and there's something about Keemstar where you threaten Keemstar, and I got a message the next day from an editor of a different show, and he was telling me, "How did you like get through all that?" Like I tried to do it, I fell asleep, I couldn't do it, I was
No
going crazy. I
way.
was like, yeah,
No way. Oh my god, that's so funny.
yeah, but yeah. So let's talk about something here. So I have to ask you a question about this. So I don't understand. Phil says we're mouth drooling morons that are in our parents' basements, that we never get outside. But here you are. You're outside here at a waterfall.
Oh yeah. um I imagine the photo you have pulled up is when I was in Hawaii.
And
Oh, no, this photo. Sorry, I see it now. Yeah, this was on vacation with my friends a couple summers ago. Yeah.
of course,
Yeah,
this
this
is,
is actually, well, fellow Canadian, you'll know. This
yeah,
is in southern BC.
of course, this has got to
Uh,
be AI because
hike.
Phil never lies.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, it was a great little hike.
And then you do a lot of fun stuff on your streams, including you got the fun clown makeup that you're known for now,
Oh,
the
yeah.
Juggalo Queen.
Yeah. Oh my god. Right?
It's funny how whenever like Ethan Ralph or RTU makes fun of you, they always pick up like the clown queen juggalo picture.
Oh, I know. It's so funny. Like, I've done that exactly twice on my streams, and both times it was during charity streams. Like it was um like a goal incentive thing. Like if I get to, $1,000 or whatever it was, I will put on the clown makeup. And also like it's so like it's just so silly. I think it's funny. Like if that's what they want to go for, that's okay with me.
But not only that, you had a lot of fun. So there was one time in your streams, you did a makeup tutorial and dressed up like Cat.
Yeah.
So that was a really
It's
fun
been a
one.
minute, yeah. Yeah, I think the last time, so okay, I've also done that twice actually. The first time I just kind of did it on a whim. The second time I did that to make a clip of something for someone. I don't know if it ever got used, but yeah, it's very funny to like do the cat makeup. And honestly, I will say it took a lot of freaking makeup. Like on the camera there, it looks kind of similar to cats, but in person it was so heavy and like so dark. Like when I looked in the mirror, it was way darker than how it looked on camera.
Yeah.
It's a shocking amount of makeup if she's really doing that every day. Like it is I had to be so heavy-handed to like make it show up as dark.
Well, it's funny too because I think someone found out that she door dashes Sephora stuff.
Oh
But
yeah, I think Phil said that, right?
yeah, but she doesn't go out anywhere.
That's really something.
But if you think about it, she's putting up all that makeup to stay inside. He's putting on all that cologne to stay inside. What is going on in that house? That is some weirdo. That's like Adam's family stuff like there.
That's so true, actually. Yeah, I didn't think about it that way. Well, I mean, the cologne is weird. The cologne, because I think Phil, when he initially started talking about cologne, he said it was because his office gets stinky or something, right? His office smells bad.
Yeah, which brings up a whole lot of other questions.
That's yeah, you're so right. That's shocking. Like, why would you? First of all, why would you admit that? But second of all, why is it smelly? Because there's nothing really in there that should be making it smell. I guess maybe other than the guy.
Well, I have a theory on that. So he does all the DSP tries in there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's got carpet. And he doesn't clean up.
Mm-hmm.
So
There's no way. Yeah.
I'm assuming that all the food and stuff is on there. He'll like lightly clean it up but not fully clean it up.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe like sweeping crumbs off the desk just into the carpet and then not like ever vacuuming it or anything like that. Because
Yeah.
I mean, they can barely open the door to the office, So I imagine it would probably be kind of difficult to get like to maneuver the vacuum around in there because there's just so much shit on the ground everywhere.
Well, he did barricade himself in there with a new desk so Cat can't get in. Which that whole room is a
That's
fire
true.
hazard too. He ripped out the fire
That
detector.
that room is fucked, dude. Can you imagine? Like, I've lived in, apartments and condos before. I would not feel good knowing that my next door neighbor had this set up in one of their bedrooms.
Well, not only that, he has that setup that could be a fire hazard. Plus, he said he has mold in the wall, which is going to affect the other people.
He's so bad.
Yeah. And speaking of charity, so you had one, I think it was last year or the year before, where you raised over $10,000, your Diva Squad.
Yeah. Yeah, so last year I started my campaign for Extra Life. And basically, if you guys don't know, Extra Life is an organization where you can connect with any of the member hospitals that are in North America, so Canada and the US, and you connect to any children's hospital that's in the network that you choose. So I choose the children's hospital that's nearest to me, which is the Stollery Children's Hospital in Edmonton. But you can choose any hospital you want if you're ever interested. And then any fundraising you do through Extra Life will go to that children's hospital specifically. So last year I did 2 dedicated charity streams. I did one in June and one in December. And then I also just had the campaign open, so people can actually donate to it at any time. And I did get a lot of donations just during my regular DSP restreams or Amberlynn restreams, things like that. But I got the most donations on the 2 dedicated charity streams. And yeah, it was awesome because over those 6 months, we raised over $10,000. It was really great.
And I believe you have one for 2026, which in the chat, I have it pinned as the comment. So if anyone wants
That's
to
so
donate,
nice.
they can go to that link and donate as much as you want and help a good cause.
I appreciate that. Thank you for sharing it. Yeah. I think Extra Life is so cool. Like, they do a lot of really interesting and fun events for their fundraising. And what I really like is it's super accessible. Like, literally anybody can do it. It's free to sign up. You can do it on Tiltify or you can do it on the Extra Life website. And yeah, chances are the children's hospital near you is probably part of that network. And so you can fundraise for the one local to you if you want, or you can choose any. But yeah, it's super cool. And I think they do a lot of fun events, which I really like. Like, they'll do ones in different towns that you can actually go to and hang out at and fundraise, or they'll do different online events, like different gaming tournaments and stuff. So yeah, I don't know if that sounds interesting to anybody. I would definitely encourage you to look into it because it's very fun and it's a really cool organization.
Yeah, so anybody who wants to do that, there's a link there. And yeah, if you want to do your own, like Sav said, it's very easy to do. Now, let's have some fun now. So you like to stream DSP. Lately, there's been, well, I wouldn't say lately, but there was one particular series that you really like to stream, which is the American Truck Sim.
Oh man, rest in peace. I miss her so bad.
So what was it about American Truck that you like so much?
Man, I wish I could tell you. It had this really special, okay, listen, everything Phil does is stupid, right?
Oh yeah.
It's not even that he's inherently, well, maybe it is that he's inherently stupid, but what I mean is he just manages to fuck up everything and make it stupid no matter what he's doing. But the American Truck Sim streams had this really special quality to them where they were just extra stupid, and I think over time they kind of evolved because it's a really chill game. He said so himself that he liked playing it as an ongoing series because it was chill and it just kind of gave him the opportunity to kick back and not really try too hard. I mean, you're just driving. It's a driving sim. So aside from the deliveries at the end of each trip, you're mostly just driving. And especially when he got the steering wheel, that made it pretty silly. I liked seeing him use his silly little steering wheel controller.
And it also
but
gave
that
him
made
a
it.
reason to drink too.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing. So for whatever reason, he thought, hey, what goes better with driving than drinking alcohol?
And
Which
also,
made it really silly too.
last week he said he's child friendly, his content, but he was also drinking and driving in a car.
Oh, hell yeah. Perfect. Yeah, and well, and so the other thing that I think like over time that kind of developed during these streams was because it was so chill, and also like you pointed out, he was drinking alcohol. He kind of feels the need to like, fill the air with talking, right? And when he's left with not much to focus on in the game, he would really he would just kind of yap. And I think that's what I liked about it is he would just fucking yap and yap and yap. And it was for like several hours, and he would just say shit. He would just talk about shit that he otherwise probably wouldn't talk about. And it got to the point where people were calling it truck sim therapy because like it was kind of like a therapy session for him. He would just like tell random stories from like his childhood and his adolescence, and he would talk about like his interests and things him and Kat did recently together. Like he really had a special place in his heart for these games. It's such a bummer that it's gone.
Oh, thank you to Extra Buy for 10
Wow.
gifted memberships.
What's up, Extra Buy?
Oh, and also, is that going to play 10 times? Okay, good. Oh, I guess it is. So if everyone looks at the screen, there is actually a goal. So if we get, I think, 20 memberships, I am going to do a Redemption Games Dent stream in April.
Oh my goodness, Redemption Games.
So I went through Kat's Burgers in Twitter, and oh my god, she had the chat logs for me, and oh my god, I forgot how bad it was. Because I went through the DERICH one last week, and that was horrible.
Oh no. When you say Redemption Games chat logs, do you mean like after everything went bad with him? Like-
Before and after.
Oh geez. Dude, that guy, why do they always have to be like this? Because like before things went bad with him, his streams were like funny in the most specific kind of way, but then it went bad, and man, I did not want to touch that with a 10-foot pole. You know?
Yeah. Well, think about it this way. Now my voice is out there reading DERICH's tweets. I'm just saying. And chat logs too.
Dude.
So there's
When
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say I'll tell you some secret sav intel. So years ago when I first I was newer to streaming still. It would have been like 2022. I wouldn't restream DSP on Twitch, but I would play games on Twitch. I had a pretty small audience, and one of the channel point redeems I had on my Twitch was read a DERICH tweet. And I had to shut that shit off after a few months because it got really like, well, when you read his tweets, they're like horrifying. But it also got really gross to like, I would be on Twitch playing like some dumb game, like, a Kirby game or something. And then I'd have to open up Twitter and like scroll through just like endless amounts of retweets of porn videos to get to like a tweet that I could read. Oh my god, it's horrifying. So yeah, I feel for you with the reading DERICH tweets.
Well, it got even worse. I don't know if you saw it last week, but I also went over his chat logs in the campsites.
Oh yeah, yes, that's the cherry pimps, right?
Yeah. So out there's now my voice saying, "Oh, Kitty, you're making me so angry. Say my name, Kitty." All that stuff.
Oh no. Well, that's that digital footprint, no problem.
It's all good. As long as people like it, that's fine with me.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah. I mean, it's something,
And speaking of dents, I think there is only one person that is actually innocent in DSP's community. Someone that's innocent-minded that I know you like. And of course, I'm talking about Jade.
Oh
And-
man. Okay, yeah.
What do you think the
I got
relationship is between Jade and DSP? And do you think Jade is being taken advantage of? Or do you have any thoughts in general?
Dude, you know what? So I will say, like, I've been a long time, like, hey, I will say, regardless of how you want to describe it, I'm a Jade enjoyer. But
Enjoy Jade.
the definition, yeah, I enjoy Jade. But the definition of enjoyer has sort of changed for me over time because, like, initially I was like, oh yeah, I'm rooting for this guy, you know, whatever. He's just some like dumbass, you know, whatever. He's got problems. It's like funny. But I will say, probably over the last like 6 to 12 months, I've started to fucking hate that little twerp. And you know what? I still enjoy him, as in I
Yeah.
enjoy following him and I enjoy watching his chats come up and I enjoy laughing at them. But that guy's so annoying now. And I think what turned it for me was when he started like participating in the tip audit,
Oh yeah.
because
Yeah.
he's gotten into that. Like he would start coming in, especially around Kino time, and ask like, "How are tips tonight? How are you doing? I'm so happy for you that you're getting lots and lots of tips." I think that's so annoying that he's doing that.
Well, the whole thing too is DSP corrupted him. So you got this innocent
It's
person that
true.
has special needs, and DSP kind of trained him to ask about tips, to ask about support. So when he
It's
goes,
horrifying.
when Jade goes, "Hey DSP, how tips?" He can go, "Well, let's see. We haven't got a tip in so long. Let's go, guys. Let's get one of each." And he just pops
Yeah,
off at like that.
that's such a good point. He kind of adds to that. Like he's part of the echo chamber now, isn't he?
Oh yeah. And I
And
feel bad
you know what
because
else?
I think it was last year or the year before, it was me and top tier rated Brian that was trying to get DSP to play with him
Yeah, I
in
remember
Street
that. Yeah,
Fighter.
and I remember when he got him to sing, or when he sang "Happy Birthday" for him, and Phil got all awkward and weird.
Yeah. But it was so weird because you had Jax Raxter in there, you had all these other dents that were in there playing with DSP, but he kept saying, "Sorry, Jade, I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to get you in here." When all he had to do was add him to, because they're both playing on PlayStation at the time, add him as a friend and invite him. That's all he had to do.
Yeah, like I don't know, him pretending he doesn't know how to play with somebody is crazy because you're literally a full-time gaming streamer, and also it's not like it's hard to add people in games and play with them.
Oh, and also Monkey points out something as well, is the Jade Pokemon bags. Come on, guy, who
Yeah,
wants to donate the so Jade can name a Pokemon?
I was gonna say that too. That was another thing that turned my opinion on Jade was yeah, just how fucking annoying it is that Phil. It's not like I don't know, I guess if I say this it sounds like I'm like jealous or something. I promise you I'm not, but it is annoying to see this little twerp get like this little special treatment. It's like Phil holds him with these gloves, you know, like he's almost like he's scared of him or something. Like he'll just
Well,
give him whatever he wants. I think he's scared of maybe looking like he's not nice to a very disabled person or something.
well, there is a theory on this as well, is that DSP has this whole image of himself being professional, having an intelligent audience, and he doesn't want to look like he has what everyone says, like wheelchairs and this and that. So Jade has special needs. He's actually in a wheelchair. So if he's the face of DSP's community, it's going to reflect back on him. And DSP doesn't
Yeah.
want that.
Yeah, that's a really good point. I think he's also I do think in a way that Phil coddles Jade because he thinks it might make him look more wholesome as well, you know, like kind of a maybe like a virtue signal kind of thing, like, oh well, you know, I'm a wholesome family friendly streamer and like I have this super disabled guy that comes around and I'm so nice to him and like I treat him really nicely because I'm such a wholesome content creator on the internet. I'm not a mean guy. I don't swear and have meltdowns.
Yeah, and the whole thing too is he's really bad at PR. Like one of the worst people ever. And he always uses people, but he won't use Jade to put him over. So he
That's
could be
true.
like you said, like, I'm helping this guy out, I'm playing with him. Don't I look great? Am I a great person? But no, he just kind of shoves him away. Because if you remember, when he got up with Kino Casino, all of a sudden, he didn't know what Jade was talking about. He couldn't decipher his language. He doesn't know what he's talking
Mm.
about. All of a sudden, no, I'm not talking to Jade anymore. Soon as Kino Casino's gone, hey Jade, what's up?
Yeah, that's a good point too. Yeah, I mean, I do think it's funny that Jade has him by such a chokehold. I think it's funny that he can dictate the streams in a way that very few other people can.
Well, also at the time too, was it a 45-month member at ultra level?
Oof. Yeah, that's right. That you know, and that's like an expensive one. I think it's 20 something dollars on Phil's channel for that tier.
Yeah, because oh yeah, I'm gonna take it. Actually, let's see what Phil. Oh, this is gonna be in Canadian. But let's
I
see
know, I
here.
was just about to check too, and I was gonna be like, wait, that's not gonna be right. I can't even help you with that.
Let's see, DSP Gaming. So any nerds out there that want to convert this to American, you can. See, join. We have Ultra Supporter is $25. Shut up, Phil. Ultra Supporter is $25 Canadian.
Oh yeah, so maybe it's 20 American or something.
Something like that, probably.
That's funny. Wow, he's live right now. I kind of forgot he had his like messed up schedule day today.
Yeah, it's weird. He said, "Oh, I have to take a break to prepare a meal." Where's Cat
Yeah, but he's
at?
still there.
Well, that when he goes from his podcast to his game, and there's that break in between. So he
Mhm.
used that to have his meal. So I think
Okay.
he's staying later or something like that.
Must be. Or is he just gonna do like one long? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. And were you saying that he's not enjoying this so far? I only watched a little bit of the podcast today.
It's the same as like any RPG where he just sits there. Oh, look, there's a chicken. Oh,
Yep.
look, you can interact with the chicken. Hey guys, should I interact with the chicken? So guys, is there anything I can do with the chicken? Guys, where's the support at, dudes?
Oh, brutal.
Yeah.
Oh no.
The worst though is when he does the Final Fantasy and the voices, where he's trying to do like a serious voice and he's just like, "Hello, how are you today? Let's do this like this," and it's just like
Yeah.
a robot
Oh, yeah.
voice, and he thinks he
He
can be a
gets
voice
so
actor.
lazy. Yeah, he gets super lazy with the narration after an hour or two. Hey, the worst is like super dialogue heavy games. I'm thinking like when he plays Yakuza games and he's stuck in like those long dialogues where it's just going back and forth and he's reading everything out and falling asleep.
Well, I think it was last week he said, and he's turning 44. Remember, he's saying he's getting old, his hands are going, and in the future he's gonna be playing more RPG and chill games. You can tell how broken down his body is by 20 years of drinking.
Dude, at age 44, it blows my mind how he talks about his age like he's like about to die. Like he seriously talks about being in his 40s like he's in his 70s and he like can't move or something. Like 44 is not old in my opinion at all. And he acts like it's super duper old.
Oh, he does look like he's in his 60s, though. I'll say that.
That's true.
So, speaking of DSP, I want to get your opinion on one of his in-laws. I think you know which one I'm talking about. The
Oh, no.
cat's sister, Jenna.
Oh, she's so scary. She scares the shit out of me, dude.
It's weird because I've never seen anyone like this. Like, you think this is like someone out of a movie, but no, she's real. And
Yeah, she really is like someone out of a movie, you're right. Like the token, like, I don't know, like homeless druggie or something. Oh yeah, oh my God, this thing.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, so my final, like, I used to follow Jenna, not super closely, but like I would keep tabs on what she was up to. Mind you, this was before she got really, really heavy into the like everyday posting pictures of herself in diapers.
and
stuff.
begging people
Like,
to make fun of her.
Oh, I can't tolerate that. But yeah, what you have on the screen was like the final straw for me. Like, this came out of nowhere. She was like tweeting at me, being like, "Please roast me. I want a female detractor to roast me. Kind of sad. Roast me, roast me." It's like, dude, I am not fucking getting involved in this. Like, what are you doing? It was fucked, dude. Like, I'm out of here. I can't remember if I think I just muted her on Twitter, but like I just could not. All of her shit kept coming up on my feed, and I was like, dude, I can't look at this like dude, what if I'm at work and I'm on Twitter and there's like a photo of a lady
Yeah.
in a diaper? Like, I can't do this.
And hopefully it's not leaking.
Oh, jeez, I don't even know. Yeah, like,
Do you
ugh.
think Phil married the wrong sister, considering his certain fetish he has?
Man, I don't think there's a right sister.
Yeah,
I think you stay far away from the St. Jean girls, because what the fuck?
yeah, that's especially with Kat and Jenna's upbringing. I don't know if you ever heard about it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Really, really bad. I mean, it's no wonder. Honestly, like, horrible, right? Absolutely horrible. I understand why they have turned out the way that they have turned out, but they are also at the age now where like they have the opportunity to kind of take things back into their own hands and make something. And to be honest, like if we want to get really deep into it, I do think if I'm being serious and not silly about it, I do think that the reason Kat is okay with her arrangement with Phil, I think the reason she's okay with it is because like she's had a really fucked up life,
Yeah.
right? She went from like her really, really fucked up childhood to an abusive boyfriend, at least one that we know of. And then we go to Phil. I mean, compared to everything else, living with Phil and having like all of your financial and like life needs met, and you don't really have to do anything except for work like 10 hours a week at the mall and cook the occasional meal, that's a pretty sweet deal when the rest of your life's been so fucked up.
Yeah, especially from her childhood to her boyfriends to Phil. She's not had the greatest life. But the question is though, if Phil is so successful and he can give her a good life, why does he still make her work?
I mean, okay, I have a bit of a hot take on this. And I know a lot of people disagree with me because I've said this on stream before and I've had tomatoes thrown at me, but Phil makes a good living. I'm not saying that the amount of money he makes is not good, right? I think most people would say he makes like 120K, I kind of hear is like the commonly quoted amount.
Yeah, around that, yeah.
That's really good, right? Like that's a fucking that's a great living. That's a great amount of money to make annually. But I mean, if that was me, if I was in that situation, I think I would still want a partner to work or at least do something with their day, you know? But
Yeah.
I know that that's a bit of a hot take. But I do think if he's making enough to support both of them and the only jobs that she's able to get ever are like these shitty ass retail jobs, I think that there's a really great opportunity there for her to like go to school or like trade, maybe not trade school, but like a vocational college or something and like get her skills up or learn a specific skill so that she can get a better job. Like, why wouldn't you take that opportunity for that, you know?
Now, I agree with what you said, but I have another theory too. So,
Okay.
what if she wants to work so she gets away from Phil for a while? Because she's in that house 24/7 with him. So this is kind of like her breather away from him. But remember too, this is the same thing that happened with Panda Lee.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, yeah, I think it's healthy for anyone to have something that they have to get out of the house for. But I mean, their house is like a fucking disaster, dude. I wouldn't want to stay in there all day either. So if part of her leaving the house is, having a job, then I could see that. It's probably the only socialization she gets too, because it doesn't sound like they really have any like friends or anything like that, you know?
Yeah, except for like the neighbor's kid that sounds like a bird.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
But yeah, I think
or that there's that neighbor that stands outside and compliments Phil's shirts when they walk to the mailbox.
Oh yeah. Oh, that just reminded me of something. Do you remember when his DoorDash got sent to a wrong address and he said he went out at night with a flashlight looking around for the DoorDash on people's doorsteps? I can only get like the mental image of him just walking around the neighborhood and someone looking out the window be like, "It's that drunk asshole again. He's wandering around."
Dude, with the flashlight is crazy. If my neighbor walked by my doorstep shining a flashlight at it, I would go out and tell them to leave. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. And there's no way Phil would ever leave his house anyways.
Yeah, I often wonder if his stories about bad customer service are like either fake or super embellished. Cause like, I don't know. I just feel like there's no way. I mean, my favorite one of all time, my favorite bad customer service story of all time is definitely embellished, and that's the Chiking story, the Burger King Chiking. I know when you had Bland on, you were telling her that story, and I loved it because that is one of my favorite DSP stories, man, and I never want that to die. Like, I don't want that lore to fall to history. I want to make sure everyone knows that one because I just think it's so funny. I think it's such a great example of the way Phil treats people and the way that he expects things out of life and the way he behaves because there's so much to that story. Like the fact that it was Kat's birthday.
And he decided to go to Burger King, not her.
Yeah, the way that he talks about, like, there's so many people in that story that he, like, talks poorly about. He talks poorly about the staff at the store. He talks poorly about, like, homeless people. Like, he's just a fucking asshole in that story. It's such a, and it's all coming from him, which is probably the craziest part. Like, if you're gonna behave that way, you're also gonna be the one to tell that story of how you behaved. That's nuts.
Yeah, and then the fact that he was demanding for weeks that they do something and he doesn't want coupons. Like, he's the ultimate Karen.
Yeah, he is a fucking Karen, except he's also, like, drunk and stinky.
Oh, he also dressed up like a Karen for Halloween one year, too.
Oh yeah, dude, that was you're talking about the Ken.
Yeah.
The Ken cosplay, right? Dude, that was one of the most iconic. That might be his best Halloween reveal so far, because I'll just never forget him coming on with that fucking wig, dude. The wig was fucking crazy, and then he bitched about it the whole time too, which was so fun.
I love that everybody was commenting on it, even It's a Gundam and all these other people. Was like, oh, it's Hillary Clinton. And they were comparing them with, like, the pictures and stuff.
That is like a Hillary Clinton style haircut. Yeah, it was like, dude, there was no way that he said that was advertised as like a wig for a Ken, or like a blonde wig for men or something like that. Like, there's no fucking way. That was the most diva, like, middle-aged white woman wig I've ever seen in my life.
Well, remember, same guy who wears a queen's crown instead of a king's crown.
Yeah. What a diva.
I've never seen anyone in my life that messes up every single aspect of their life more than DSP. Every single thing he does, he messes up.
I know, it's shocking that he manages to screw up literally everything. I don't know, like, you have to try almost to do that bad.
You mean almost like pulling a leg muscle while doing arm curls?
Dude, that one is still like, that one lives in my brain rent free the last, week or two, however long it's been since he said it. Because when I first, like, so I wasn't watching that stream. I think I actually saw it from one of your tweets, one of your, like, updates that you post during the streams.
Yeah.
That he said that. And I don't know, something in my brain, I think I just couldn't fathom how stupid it really was. So my brain automatically thought, like, leg curl, because, if you pull a muscle working out, generally it's because you were working out that muscle, right? But then I thought about it and I'm like, well, he only has dumbbells though, and, like, leg curls you usually would do on, like, a machine. And then so I had asked someone on Twitter if he meant, like, bicep curls, and that is what he meant. And I just can't stop thinking about it, because I don't even understand how that's possible still. Like, I still don't understand how that's possible.
Well, if it's even true, because we know how Phil lies.
Yeah, I mean, that's very true too. I wonder, it could be an excuse,
Well, think about all the
either
times
not
in the
working
past.
out or...
Yeah, all the times in the past where he said, "Oh, guys, I got a bad back," and then sympathy baiting for bucks and all that. I woke up the
That's
wrong
true.
way.
Or maybe he thinks it makes him sound more legit, like, oh, I was working out so hard that I got a sports injury, that kind of thing.
He is so delusional about that as well, because he's flexing his arms look like noodles, and he goes, "Oh, they're twice the size they used to be, dude."
Oh, I know. And the funniest shots are the ones where he purposely puts his arms closer to the camera than the rest of his body. So it's like a, like a perspective trick to make his arms look larger. But instead of it making his arms look actually more muscular, it just makes him look really disproportionate.
Well,
So
it's
it gives us, like, the best photos ever. Like, I love those photos.
yeah, it's just like the Instagram girls with the different angles and stuff.
Yeah, true. Yeah, he's catfishing us, dude. Can you believe it?
But my favorite story ever is his Pete Sub stories. When
Me
he said
too.
he used to went to Pete Subs when it was called Pete Subs, and then someone looked it up like, "Oh, but they changed it 10 years before you were born." Well, my dad took me there and he told me it was Pete Subs.
Yeah, that was me, actually. I Googled it because I was like, there's just no way. This guy acts like he's way older than he is. Again, it's like I was saying earlier, he acts like being 40 is like being some super old guy telling stories from, like, the mid-century, But Yeah, I think that's so funny. I love the Pete sub stories. And you know what I really love is how defensive and weird he gets about it too. Like he gets so mad at people that call him out on it.
Oh yeah, because he's a narcissist. He can't be wrong. It's everyone else's fault. So
It's so weird.
speaking of DSP and can never be wrong and absolutely disgusting, what are your thoughts on DSP tries it? And in your opinion, which one was the worst?
Oh man, dude. I have such a love-hate thing with DSP tries it. Because like I love watching the DSP tries it. I have like this sickness where I have to watch at least a few minutes of every single one he does. I don't necessarily watch them live. Actually, I usually don't watch them live. I'll often watch them, every couple weeks. I'll just kind of catch up on them all at once, sometimes on stream. And they're just so fascinating, I guess, because they're so bad. And it's I don't know, even after like a year or two of him doing this, it's still sort of a novelty, you know? Like it's very silly.
Oh, thank you.
I
That
think
part.
I think if I had to think of the grossest one or the worst one, I mean, the Subway one is pretty iconic, right? The one where he had the meltdown about how it was bad and he said if you eat Subway, you don't care about humanity and he was like it was like
Oh
he was
yeah,
trying to like cancel Subway pretty much, which is crazy.
with the foot-long cookie.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Oh my god. Okay, yeah, it's all coming back to me. That was pretty silly. I also liked this might be recency bias, but I did enjoy the crumble cookie one. That was pretty goofy. I mostly liked the crumble cookie one because when he opened up the box, everything already had a bunch of little nibbles
Cat.
taken out of it. Dude, it reminded me of like it was like some cartoonish like oh, a mouse went through my food before I had a chance to get to it because there's just all these little nibbles and all these little crumbs, missing out of the cookies.
Well, even before that, he says, "Oh, somehow the box just started falling apart and it was ripped. I don't know
I
what happened."
know.
And there
Like
just happened to be bites.
bullshit. Yeah, like no, I know exactly what fucking happened. You and your wife couldn't help yourselves and you ripped the fucking box open, dude. Like he thinks that we'll believe that the box just spontaneously fell apart with no like no outside forces applied to it. It just fell apart on the counter, really?
My favorite one, though, is the dumbest one ever, is when he ate a cupcake with a straw.
Oh wait. Oh my god. Okay, yeah. I might have to change my answer. That's definitely like you know what? I don't know if I could ever pick a definitive one. I might have to do like a top 5 or something, you know?
Yeah, there's so
Yeah, the
many dumb
cupcake with the
moments in it, yeah.
straw. The cupcake with the straw was so special because not only did it make him look really stupid, but it was kind of like a really good display of this like defiance, this what do they call that? Oppositional defiance thing that he has going
Oh,
on.
yeah.
Because the only reason he did that was because he was trying to make a point. With his point being that because Popeyes, was it Popeyes? Yeah, I think so. That because Popeyes didn't give him a spoon or a fork, they left him in a position where he had no choice but to use a straw, which is so weird, by the way, because, like, sorry, maybe I'm missing something, but I think you normally eat cupcakes with your hands.
Yeah, usually normal people, not aliens.
Right? Right? And then he did it to prove a point, which was that Popeyes is so stupid because they didn't give him a fork or a spoon, so he had to eat it with a straw. Which is there's just like 5 leaps in logic from start to finish to get there, and that's what I really like that too. I think that's so funny.
Yeah, so I'm going to ask you a question I asked Bland Polecat last week. Was it the right idea for DSP to try and leak the DMs to try and get ahead of them? And if he did, would it be okay for him to play the victim?
It was definitely not the right move. No, I mean, that goes back to him fucking up everything he ever does. That was one of the stupidest things he's ever done. Because, I mean, Kino Casino could have been bluffing. Okay, they could have been bluffing. But they did say that they were only going to release what they considered highlights or like what they thought was the most relevant to their little argument. But he just went ahead and released the whole thing, raw, unredacted, available to read from start to finish. And there was so much embarrassing shit in there that I don't think really probably would have been released by Kino Casino if they really just picked and chose like the best messages to, you know?
Well, the whole thing too is, what's a better option for him? He lied about his wife and family's health,
Yeah.
or it actually happened and he leaked it to get back at them. So
Well, yeah, and I mean, you did say it. I mean, not that it would have been the right thing to do, but from like a, you know, a tactical perspective, if he did let Kino leak them, he could have played the victim card, which he does like to do sometimes. And that would have probably been easier for him because now he looks like some evil psycho, or that's what he wants to look like, is some evil psycho. The thing is, the way that he did it with releasing the messages himself is he's either a calculated evil psycho or he's the dumbest, most pathetic motherfucker on this planet.
well,
Which
even-
one's worse?
Yeah.
Like, which one would you rather be?
Because we were saying earlier, DSP always messes every single aspect of his life up. The one chance to be an actual victim and play the victim card that he loves to do, he never did it. And it makes no sense.
Yeah. I can't believe that that's not the angle he was going to go because historically that's what he likes to do. I mean, that's what he does with side-scrollers, right? After the side-scrollers interview. That was what he did with them.
But dude, he's the king snake. He's the puppet master. He had this all planned out, dude. And you
Oh
know
my
what the
God,
funny
it's
thing
so
about that is, the
embarrassing.
whole stream, is the day before he said, I'm taking the night off to spend time with my family, something personal. And then he was up all night just doing all those texts and stuff.
Yes, that is because yeah, when he went on the Level 666 podcast and he had his you know, his files open, you could see the timestamps on the individual files were from like 8 p.m., 9 p.m., 10 p.m., like the exact same times that he would have been doing his night stream.
Yeah, and same guy who says, I have no time for my wife. I want to spend more time with my wife. And what does he do? The 6-6 podcast preparation.
With fucking Review Tech USA, mind you.
And the funniest part, because I was rewatching it recently, where Review Tech USA was like questioning him. You said I drank weed seltzers and this and that, and he says, well, you were. DSP said that. And RTU goes, I've never had it in my life. DSP goes, oh, I didn't know that. And then RTU is like, but you ran with it and said it. So it just points out his lies there.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, the thing about Phil is he expects everybody else to do, or maybe it's an excuse, but he expects everybody else to do like super thorough research on him before coming for him. So, you know, when people like, you know, he gets upset about the clips that get posted of him and stuff, and he says that they're out of context and that people need to actually learn what they're talking about before they're talking about it because they're always wrong. But then when it comes to like RTU and the weed seltzers, I'm pretty sure that comes from Kino Casino. Like that's just kind of like a common meme, right? So, and then like also with the recent thing with Wings, he will just watch a Wings detractor video and that's all he needs to know. When he had Wings on, he was talking about watching Lummox videos, which is like a Wings detractor. He was talking about watching Lummox videos, and when Wings said, no, that's actually not right, Lummox left this or this out of the video, Phil said, well, I don't know, I just watched the Lummox video. So, I mean, he doesn't give everybody else the same benefit of the doubt that he wants afforded to himself.
Same thing with the LTG detractor videos too. He takes it as face value, but anything about him is a lie. It's out of context, dude. And it's just an absolute lie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
Now, speaking of lies and out of context and his dents and stuff, I know there's one dents channel you absolutely love to watch.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're
is?
going to say. Of course, you're talking
Oh,
about
thank you, Extra
Slayer
Buy.
04. Wow, Extra Buy. Extra Buy is so generous.
And guess what, guys? We just hit the goal, too.
Oh, hell yeah. Uh-oh, that means you have to watch some very horrifying content.
Oh, God, I gotta read those chats on stream now. Oh, God.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah,
Well
thank-
deserved.
So,
Oh,
One-
yeah, I was going to say Slayer 0408. Oh my goodness, dude. One of my favorite YouTube channels. Slayer's videos are so funny.
So basically, what if anyone didn't know, DSP would do private was it Patreon videos for $50.
That's right.
And Slayer would get like 5 of them and then create a channel and just post them all there. And it would be all DSP responded to like K-pop and stuff. And he looks so awkward too.
Dude, they are so underrated. I've really been pushing these because I think that they're so underwatched and so underrated. Yeah, basically Phil charges $50 per 20 to 30 minute React stream. And he will watch whatever you want. Well, not anymore, but at the time he would watch whatever you want, which for Slayer meant 2 different categories of video, which was either K-pop or Singapore propaganda. And when I say Singapore propaganda, I really do mean propaganda. Like, it's full on, like, military displays, propaganda. Like, it's fucking crazy.
Yeah, because he would like get DSP to say, "Oh, this is so much better than the States and this and that." And he would talk about like the punishments and all the other stuff and how it's better over there and how people over here should get treated like they do in Singapore.
Dude, it's fucked. And the thing is, the really, really funny thing about it is that it started to work on Phil. Like, Phil started to agree with that. DSP's final private Patreon react that he did for Slayer included a whole bunch of Singapore propaganda, because of course it did. And Phil went on this really strange tangent during watching that, where he started talking about how despite Singapore's like lack of certain human rights, the country was overall better for it because it meant that people got out of line less and that they had nicer things like better infrastructure and, you know, lack of heavy traffic on their roadways during rush hour. That.
Yeah, and
it's so funny.
It's funny how he gets influenced by his supporters. So even like he's also talking about like the UK with like the if you say something bad online, people start coming to your doors and whatnot. And he wants that in the States. Who do you think would be the very first person they would knock on their door? It'd be DSP. Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Did you say you wanted someone to mail you a spoon so they can eat shit out of your ass? And did you call Melchior morons and talk about this government stuff? Like, he would be off the internet by that point.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, I mean, how many times has he said weird shit about the US government? And he said weird things about the US government regardless of who's in power, by the way. So, yeah, I don't know. It doesn't really, I don't know. I don't think that would bode super well for him. I don't think he would like a world with more censorship at all.
Yeah, he thinks
But he acts
everyone
like he
else is
would.
going to be affected, not him, which is going to be absolutely amazing.
Well, you see, they would be affected and not him because he's always right.
Yeah.
So,
So, if we do a second part of this, we got to talk about DS politics. I'm just saying.
oh yeah. Oh, dude,
This-
DS Politics is also one of my favorite things to watch.
That is a whole episode right there. We could talk about that because there's so much on that.
Yeah,
But-
absolutely.
I want to get your thoughts on a new dent. This Jay Hayes guy.
Oh man, Jay Hayes. Jay Hayes is very funny, but maybe not in the way he intends to be. You know?
Did you see what people are
Like-
calling him?
Oh, what are they calling him?
Instead of Jay Hayes, it's Jade Hayes.
I mean, there you go. I don't know. He might be. That might be a good description. He made some video. I don't think I watched the whole thing, but he made some video. Was it today or yesterday? Like explaining the situation with his channels being banned and stuff like that. And it was really dented.
Oh, with
Like, he was
DSP banning
acting-
him.
Yeah, he was acting like super pissed off in it. He was acting like he was totally owning DSP by exposing that he banned him on his channels. And it's like, dude, nobody fucking feels bad for you and nobody thinks you're owning DSP by doing this.
Well, he's doing the exact same thing PWR did last year. Play for
Yeah,
play.
true. Like a big flip-flop, right?
Yeah, because PWR would give DSP money to own the trolls so they would seethe and cope. Then all of a sudden he turned on Phil, started talking bad about him. Every single year a new one pops up. But of course,
Man.
I don't know if Jade Hayes is sleeping with his cousin for OnlyFans videos though.
I hope not. No, he is with his like billionth wife though. I don't know if he's on like his fifth marriage, I think. Fifth? Sixth?
I did see his video where he likes talking to AI, which is incredibly sad and pathetic, where he has conversations with the AI because he's lonely, which
Mm-hmm.
brings up a whole lot of emotional and spiritual and mental things there.
Yeah, for real. I mean, it says a lot about him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think like I kind of so on one hand, I think he's very funny to watch, but I also kind of am trying to do it from like a bit of a distance because he seems like not quite special enough to really worry about too much, if that makes sense. Like, I think he's gonna be gone pretty soon here. I think he's gonna blow over pretty soon here. But his streams are very funny, again, in the way he does not intend. Like, the way that he addresses haters in chat is pretty funny. He has like, he's got like that Jersey guy thing going on, right? So you can
Yeah.
go in his chat and tell him that he looks stupid or something. He'll be like, "Hey, fuck you," and it's like funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think he's also like I honestly don't believe a thing he says. That's something I will say about him. I think he's like a pathological liar. Because the thing is like I actually witnessed him in a lie in real time. Back like a week or two ago when he very first donated to Phil and he was streaming. I was watching one of those streams and he called himself, he was talking about how much money he has and he was flexing about how much money he has and how he's so rich and how like money just comes to him and he lives this like super like high-end lifestyle because he's so wealthy. And at one point he said that he makes millions of dollars a year and he called himself a billionaire. And I witnessed him with my own eyes and my own ears call himself a billionaire. And then like half an hour later, someone in chat was like, "Oh, you're a billionaire? Then why are you so concerned about only giving Phil $50?" or something like that. They were just like negging him on. And he goes, "I never said I was a billionaire. Why would I say I'm a fucking billionaire?" But like I had just seen him say that like 30 minutes prior.
So
So I think he just says shit. Like I think he just says shit because he's trying to flex on people in the moment and he lies so much that I don't even think he realizes he's done it. You know what I mean?
yeah, and the whole thing is his personality and the way he looks. It's almost like you take Phil and RTU and combine them together, and it's the exact person.
Yeah, it's really like you can tell he's very insecure about himself. And the thing is, like, I think it's a very maybe you'll probably agree with this. I think a lot of people would agree with this. I think it's very like low IQ, low frequency behavior to think that you need to seem rich for people to like you. Like, I think we're just like, come on, right? We're so past that, right? Like, you don't have to pretend you make $1 billion, $1 million a year or millions of dollars or that you're a billionaire for people to think you're cool. Why don't you just be yourself? I don't know. Like,
Well,
it's just really, really dented.
a lot of people, they'd rather be looked at as a success than actually be a success because their
Yeah.
ego, maybe insecurity, like you said, but a lot of people, they don't care about being successful as long as they're looked at as being successful.
Yeah, yeah, and I think he probably doesn't actually have a lot going on for him, so he just feels like he needs to put on some persona as like a rich guy. Dude, it was so strange. I remember it's all kind of coming back to me now, that stream. He was trying to show off that he's super rich, so he called himself a billionaire and a millionaire. He bragged about how much money he's gotten from his viewers. So I think he was referring to not only like super chats and AdSense money, but also his GoFundMe's for his wedding and his daughter's funeral. Which is like a crazy thing to brag about because people do that to help you when you're in like a pinch, not so that you can brag about how you have people supporting you, you know? Like if I donated to somebody's GoFundMe for a funeral and then they bragged about that, I would not feel good about having given them money.
Well, the other thing too is I don't know if you saw it, so I think it was yesterday. He posted a tweet on Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it, where he reposted a video where he talked about his daughter passing away, him finding out, and an hour later he's making a video about it.
Ooh,
Which
an hour later?
yeah, so even in like his actual text, he said, "I just found out an hour later. I was gonna post this video, but I kept crying. But this is me after an hour finding out what happened to my daughter." And then it's like an hour video.
Whoa. Holy shit, that is bad. Yeah, I mean, I think if you're doing that, you're pretty far gone because that's not a normal, healthy way to think or to cope with something like that.
Yeah, and I
Yeah, I
think
don't
he's
know.
one of the fakest people out there. So
Yeah.
he's almost like Iron Chef Sakai, but at the same time, I don't know. I don't think he's going to be there for very long. I think maybe a week or
Yeah.
so.
I feel exactly the same way. I think he's already having trouble. Like, the thing is, say like a week ago, he's streaming about the haters and stuff and the negative attention he's getting, and he's trying to egg people on. He's like, "Yeah, go for it. Hate on me. I can take anything. I'm such a super strong, tough guy who's been through so many traumas in life. It's no problem for me to get some internet trolls." But then he did get internet trolls, which is what he incited, and then he locks everything down and goes private and stops engaging with it.
Yeah,
I don't
so
know, like, you called for this.
this is his tweet right here. I recently took down this video from YouTube because it was a constant reminder. I couldn't escape it. Watching it was unbearable. I've never made it past the 1 minute mark. This was filmed maybe an hour or two after I lost her. Rest in peace, beautiful.
Ye-
Yeah, so that is, to me, that's disgusting. You find out
Yeah,
you
I
lose
mean,
your daughter, then all of a sudden go in front of a camera and start talking about it.
well, and I mean also how nonchalantly he speaks about it on his streams and stuff when he's trying to sound cool. Like, he'll talk about how what was the thing that he said? He said something like he started talking in detail about like how she did it and stuff. Like it's just like a lot. Like that's so not it's so like disrespectful and uncool. It's just a really weird way to act about it.
Yeah. So I'm going to ask you a question. What is your honest thoughts on DSP? You can say whatever you
uh,
want here.
I think he's a big stinky idiot, and I think he's one of the funniest people to watch on the internet because he's a big stinky idiot, and he will never. It's the lack of self-awareness and maybe some other little funny quirks that give him that little secret spice that makes us all watch him. There's something about him that sure is intriguing.
To me, he's
And
like the Mr. Magoo of YouTube. So he's always like blindly falling into
yeah,
everything success.
that's perfect. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for me, I like watching him for the silliness, which is why, my favorite things of Phil's to watch are things like Truck Sim and DSP Tries It and DS Politics. Like, I'm here to laugh at the silly goofiness. And I know for a fact he will never stop providing that. As long as he's streaming, he will always do the silly goofies, and there'll always be something to giggle at.
Yeah, and DSP is unintentionally funny. So when he's
Yes,
not trying to be funny and he starts going on these rants and being a Karen and stuff like that, it's absolutely hilarious. I love it. But when he tries to
totally.
be funny, it's the most cringe thing I've ever seen. He's not actual funny.
That's what's amazing about it. It's that infinite content glitch, right? Because he's either not trying to be funny, so he is, or he's trying to be funny and he's super cringe. And I mean, I also enjoy watching cringy things, so there you go. It's just a different kind of humor.
Yeah, and also in life, there's three versions of yourself. There's the image that you're sending out to people, there's what people think about you, and there's the eternal view of yourself. And DSP is trying to throw out this professional view. People will see him
Hmm.
as the guy who jerked off on stream, and internally is the insecure little child that he is, that he knows he can never be wrong.
It's true. Yeah, good point.
So now, guys in the chat, I'm going to say a name and don't run for the hills. This will be a very short segment. So, Kinda Sav, what is the beef between you and RTU and how did it start?
Dude, oh my god. It's like a lot of people assume that something really crazy happened. Not at all. Nothing that crazy happened. He just flew off the freaking handle. So it would have been, oh my gosh, was it 2023 or 20? No, it would have been 2024. The very beginning of 2024 was when RTU just sort of suddenly decided that he was like a top DSP detractor. He just kind of got this in his head. And you know what? That's fine. Like, I'm not gonna confirm or deny or play into any kind of ranking of who's a bigger detractor than who, but he sure did. And so he started arguing with random people on Twitter, random DSP people on Twitter, being like, oh, you're fucking stupid. Your DSP opinion is dumb and you're bad. And then it was just like really annoying. He was doing this for like days on end, like 24/7. You know how he is when he goes on a tear on Twitter. Like,
Oh yeah.
he will legitimately send like dozens of tweets in like a 24-hour span. Like, it's absolutely insane. It was like he wasn't sleeping almost. If I remember correctly, if you look at the timestamps, like, he was not sleeping. He was up 24 hours a day for several days in a row, just picking fights with random DSP detractors and making a fucking ass of himself. My role is smaller than probably people think, but all it was my friend Jerry, my good friend Jerry, tweeted at RTU telling him to spend some time with his kids, which I think was a very valid thing to say, because at that point RTU had been tweeting almost non-stop at DSP people for like 3 days straight. So I think that's a very valid thing to say. Like, get off your fucking computer. You're a 40-year-old man with 3 young children. What the fuck are you doing just sitting on your phone or your computer on Twitter for like days on end? And RTU replied back telling him, I don't even remember what he said to him, but it was super, like, really fucked. Maybe I can find it in my screenshots, actually. But it was like very vile. It was like super disproportionate from what Jerry had said to him. And so I replied to RTU because I'm like, oh, hell nah, you're not going to come for Jerry like that. And I said I'd ask. I won't say the full thing on YouTube because I don't want you to maybe get in any trouble, but it was, I'd ask for your P.O. box so I could send you some, rope, but it wouldn't support your weight, you fat fuck. That was what I said. That was all I said. So yeah, is that super mean? Yeah, that is super mean. But if you think about it, I was actually saying that he wouldn't be able to do anything to himself because he is too fat, because he is too fat.
Yeah, it was a little bit mean, but at the same time, like, he's been on the internet for what, 20 years? And you think he would have like a thicker skin because he's probably heard that millions of times. And he takes the bait so often.
He was telling DSP detractors to end their lives. So, I'm going to dish you back one a little bit along the same vein of what you're telling people, but not even really as bad, right? Yeah. Anyway, dude, I sent that tweet and holy shit, this guy blew up my fucking Twitter. I sent that one tweet and I swear to God, the next time I checked Twitter, he had tweeted at me like probably 8 times. Like, he was freaking the fuck out. He was having a meltdown. He replied to me a bunch of times. He quote tweeted me a bunch of times. He was going through my old tweets and being like, oh my God, look at this dumb bitch. Like, it was fucking nuts. And so I think I replied once or twice, but ultimately he was flooding me with so many tweets that I just started ignoring him because, like, what the fuck else do you do? And the thing is, at the time, people would ask me things about RTU and I would have no answers to them because the thing about this is I literally knew nothing about RTU at this time. I knew absolutely the bare minimum, which was basically he's like some fat bald guy that also has a YouTube channel and Phil talks about him sometimes. Like, I literally knew nothing about this guy. Anyway, he freaked the fuck out on me for like several days in a row and I just ignored it because, like, what the fuck am I don't know, what can I say to this guy? I don't know anything about him, right? Like, he's fucking a lunatic.
Yeah, and he also said on his streams as well, like, you better not see me in person. I'm not gonna do anything, but you better not see me face to face.
Yeah, he literally threatened to beat me up. I'm like a little girl. and he threatened to beat me up. Like, what? He also, a few days after my tweet about the rope, okay, here's the story of this one day. I would say that this is the day that things sort of came to a head. I remember that it was a Sunday because every Sunday I go to my friend's house and we play D&D together. And for the record, I don't have Twitter notifications on my phone. So, like, I don't get push notifications. The only time I see Twitter things is when I intentionally open up the Twitter app myself and look at my feed, right? So I
Yeah.
don't get notifications if people like DM me or tag me or literally anything. I don't have any Twitter notifications on. So I'm at D&D this one day, like distracted, playing my game with my friends. And I look at my phone that evening, probably around like maybe 7 p.m. And I see that all day RTU had been blowing up my Twitter. But not only had he been tweeting at me, he'd been DMing me and calling me on Twitter DM. And that's actually also how I learned that you can even call people on Twitter DMs. Did you know you can voice call people in Twitter? I didn't until that day because he tried calling me a bunch of times. He tried calling me a couple times. He sent me a bunch of Zoom links, like for me to join a Zoom call. It was fucking strange. It was like one of the most, like, literally blew up my DMs with messages, call requests, and Zoom links.
I do
And
remember
then,
as well. Yeah, go ahead.
oh, sorry, I was just gonna say, and then I think that the fact I ignored that from him, like, it really bothered him, obviously, because, like, he was really, really trying to get my attention and I wasn't giving it to him. So ultimately, what he ended up doing was going to my Twitch, because at the time I didn't stream on YouTube. He went to my Twitch and he paid for a subscription to my Twitch. Like, he gave, like, that's giving me money
Yeah, I
on my
think we have
Twitch.
one of the on screen. We have one of them that says, "I'm going to become a subscriber" from Review
Yeah.
Positivity USA. But
Yeah, he went to my Twitch and became a paid subscriber of my Twitch account because I was ignoring him.
well, the whole thing is he tried to troll you over and over, you and 8-Bit Eric, by giving you money.
Yeah.
Wow, what a way to troll somebody, to get someone angry at you. Give them money. That's insane, man.
Well, and you know what? So that was January of 2024, but guess what? Less than a year ago, in June of 2020, I think it was June or July of 2025, so less than a year ago, last summer, he came to one of my YouTube streams and he gave me a bunch of super chats with like really inflammatory messages on them. And it was him trying to troll me or him trying to own me. But it was just dumbass messages, like, it would be like, a $5 super chat, and he would say, like, "Oh, you think it's okay to talk shit about my kids?" Like, just stuff like that. It was so that's 2.5 years of giving me random amounts of money because I'm ignoring you. That's fucking nuts. I think there's a name for that.
Yeah, and the other thing too is, so he made one of your he gave you money. I think it was a charity stream. And he said, "Here is money for a rope for a dog
Well,
toy." Which you
that
can understand
that
the
might have
hint, yeah.
been that might have been a certain troll, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
But whoever did that really pissed him off by doing that, which makes it very funny.
And then there's also a tweet about a certain picture of food as well, where
God,
he
dude,
talked about your certain body part.
I still don't really know how this came. I think I know how this came about. I'm pretty sure how it came about is like, at this time, this was when he was taking edibles on stream and like literally going psychotic, like clinically psychotic from taking too many edibles on stream. Because I made this, so one time, like, you know me, you follow me on Twitter for a long time. I tweet a lot of random ass shit. Like, sometimes I just think something stupid and I tweet it, right? And one of those stupid things that I thought and tweeted was, "Wow, I'm really craving ravioli." I tweeted that once. "Wow, I sure wish I had some ravioli or something." And then a week later, I went to the grocery store and I bought some ravioli and I brought it home and I cooked it. And I thought, "Oh yeah, I tweeted like a week ago that I was craving ravioli. It would be funny if I quote tweeted that tweet with a picture of the ravioli that I've now obtained." Right? So I
Yeah.
did. And RTU took that photo of the ravioli and I think he was streaming it while he looked at it. Or maybe he was tweeting about it. I'd have to go back and look. But basically, through some sort of like, I don't know, weed psychosis or mental illness or just something, maybe he's just so stupid, he convinced himself that I had originally tweeted that the ravioli smelled like my
I think you said
private
fish.
parts?
You said fish, I
Yeah,
think.
yes.
And
Oh
then
my God,
he
you're
said
right.
your body
Yes.
part, yeah.
Yes, he's like, oh, she said her ravioli smells fishy. I bet it's actually her vagina. But like my tweet never said that the ravioli smelled fishy. So I think he like, yeah, so Blooper pointed out I did have another tweet. Like I don't think it was right above it. I think it was a few days prior about tuna because I had this different tweet about like this weird story. Okay, here's a tangent. I had in my old apartment, I had like a problem with my dryer. So my landlord sent this like, okay, you know the type of people landlords be hiring, right? He hired some like fuck ass dryer technician to come look at my dryer. And the guy was like eating tuna in my laundry room while he looked at my dryer, which was like a fucked up thing to do because then my laundry room smelled like tuna. But anyway, I tweeted about that like a few days prior to the ravioli thing. And I think Rich was like in such a hateful frenzy that he read all those tweets at once and like mentally mushed them together into one story. Because then he started like spurging out about how I had tweeted that my ravioli smelled like fish, which also then must mean that I was saying my private parts smell like fish. And then he clung on to that. It was like the most insane. Like, it's such a bizarre sequence of events that it sounds fake, but like I have all the screenshots. It's real, but it's like insane. And so his fixation for the next like month or two was like, oh, Kinda Sav admitted herself that her private parts smell a certain way. And it was all because I tweeted that I finally got ravioli a week after I had been craving ravioli.
Well, not only that, so he also accused you of deleting a tweet.
Yes,
And
he said I edited it.
Yeah. So if
but, like, I
anyone
don't
on
have...
Twitter, if you
Yeah.
want to edit anything, you have to pay for it. So if you don't pay for it, you have to delete it and then re-up it.
Yeah. Yeah, and I have never paid for Twitter and I will never pay for Twitter. And you can tell when people have Twitter Blue and you can tell I don't have it because I don't. And also, not to mention, if you do edit a tweet using Twitter Blue, there will be a little thingy by the timestamp that says edited. So he can look at the tweet and see that I did not edit it.
So what would you say is the thing you hate the most about RTU?
You know what? You know what I hate the most about RTU? He has the same thing as Phil where he's really bad at everything he does and he fucks up everything he does, except it's not funny when he fucks it up. So he's like the dark evil version of Phil. Like when Phil fucks stuff up, it's funny. He's like fucking Bongo the Clown and we all laugh at his misfortune. But when RTU fucks it up, it's just pathetic and you go, holy shit, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, how do you fuck that up?
Yeah, and I agree. Like, he's obsessed with Phil. Like, don't get me wrong, there's some detractors that are absolutely batshit crazy. But there's also some that just laugh at Phil and go on their way. 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there, you watch a stream, whatever, you go on with your life. RTU watches him every single stream, puts him in the thumbnails. He's obsessed with his May 1st burst face, even to the point where he got a tattoo of Phil on his body.
Oh, I know. Oh my god, dude.
Whenever Phil plays a game, he has to play a game. If Phil plays with Legos, he has to play with Legos. Phil does Truck Sim, he has to do Truck Sim. He actually got shirts, multiple shirts, with Phil's face on it too. He was selling
That's right.
merchandise with Phil's May 1st burst face on it. So there was notebooks, there was t-shirts. I think there was like mouse pads and stuff. So,
dude,
like, I don't like Phil, but at what point, listen, DSP, if you're watching this, and you're probably watching this because you watch all detractor stuff, you need to get a restraining order against RTU. Like, he's going to come to Renton, he's going to skin Cat alive, wear her skin, and try to have his way with you. Like, it's going to happen.
Dude, you're so right, though. I've always said that he wants to wear Phil's skin, but no, you're spot on. He wants to wear Cat's skin so he can be Cat and fuck Phil. Yeah, 100%, dude. He is absolutely obsessed with Phil. It's like in the least funny way possible, too. Because you're right, like, he's obsessed with things that, like, you know, they're funny, right? The incident is funny. It's very funny. But he's obsessed with it in an unfunny way, and he drives it into the fucking ground.
Yeah. Okay, let's get off this disgusting topic here. I told you guys that would be a quick one. So I'm going to give you a certain person, and you tell me what your opinion on them is.
Okay.
So the first one is Captain Alex.
Oh no. Hilarious. Not a good person, but hilarious.
Yeah, at first I thought he was just a regular dent, and then I saw all of his posts and his songs, and yeah, that's not a
His
good dude.
his before here's my opinion on probably every single like LOLCOW or LOLCOW adjacent person is that people are funnier without intervention. So especially for Captain Alex, I do think that before all those people got involved and kind of fucked with his channel and ultimately got him to take everything down and stuff, that was like prime Captain Alex, and it was so funny. Like, just the videos where he was left to his own devices were perfect. He did not need intervention to be funny. He was funnier without it. Like, he would go on and just do these random ass rants about things like how Africa has no god, or how, you know, Hawk Tuah is the reason that we don't have Gundams in Ukraine to stop the war. Like, that's the type of shit he would just say, and it was so funny. I do miss that era of Captain Alex.
So Blooper wants me to say Blooper World Order. What do you think of him?
Blooper World Order. I think he's a troll. I think he's slimy. I think he has way too many limbs.
Oh, there
I
you
think
go.
there's like 10 of them. Yeah, I don't know about that.
Belted. Okay, so next one is PWR. Because you actually gave him really good advice. And you actually got through to him at one point.
Yeah, I mean, I tried. I don't know. The thing about PWR is like, I guess, I don't regret trying to just make sure he was informed, but I kind of wish I'd just stayed out of it, because when I think he was very funny. I think he can be very funny, but I think he's just gone so far that it's like so not funny anymore. It's so not funny anymore. And I just can't even bring myself to care about any of the nonsense he's doing now.
I think a lot of the stuff he's just throwing at the wall, see what sticks. I think he's lying about a lot of the stuff. And he's realizing that Kino
yes.
Casino money is gone. He's realizing, hey, I can't pay my bills anymore. I better do the most outrageous things ever. Get people talking. People come in here, give me money, start internet drama, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I mean, either way, that's the thing, right? Either way, there's a lot of mental illness going on there, just being honest. Like, either way, he's really doing those things and it's like not good, or he's making up that he's doing these things, and that, in my opinion, is also a form of mental illness, right? Like, just pretending to do insane shit like that to get attention. I think, like, if he is pretending, which I do think he is pretending to do almost everything that he does, I think he could have just stuck with what he was doing when he was funny. You know, like when he was just streaming himself playing video games and public perception of him was positive and he was just having fun. I think he should have just kept doing that. It's unfortunate that he didn't.
Yeah, and unfortunately, like, when we first found him and he was freaking out, playing video games, whatever, it was fun. People were joking around with him. People were come to his streams. They were even, like, lightly trolling him, buddy trolling him. But then all of a sudden, he got that ego when he got with Kino Casino. And all of a sudden he said, I'm better than this. I'm not doing this anymore. That was all a gimmick. And then he kind of revealed that he was LARPing. And the problem is, when the genie comes out of the bottle, you can't put the genie back in the bottle. Everyone knows it, and people stop caring.
Yep. Yeah, that's a really good point. Yeah, it kind of, I mean, you can never look at it the same again, right?
So I'm going to give you a name. You haven't heard it in a very long time.
Whoa.
River Rejection.
Oh, shit. Dude, what is with these people? That's another one where it's like, what the fuck is going on with this dude? Dude, River Rejection, again, hilarious, but like, you know, can't emphasize this enough. Very bad person. But hilarious, man. What a fucking bummer that one was when he turned out to be a piece of shit. But
and I think you're the one that broke that news
guy.
too.
I am, because you know what? His tweets were like some of the Dude, River Rejection was truly one of the most bizarre individuals I think I've interacted with or encountered online in a very long time because he was literally on meth.
Among other
Um,
things.
among other things. Yeah, like he was at, like, dude, the shit that this guy would say was on another level. He was from like another dimension. I swear to God. Like the shit that he would say was out of this world. And it was some of the funniest shit ever to me. But then yeah, he disappeared for a while and I Googled him and well, what do you know? He's skipped a court appearance for something very, very bad. And wow, great. You know, isn't that awesome?
Yeah, my favorite interaction ever was Nerd Brew and River Rejection, because they would go back
They
and
were
forth,
so funny.
and Nerd Brew would make fun of him not be able to make toast and stuff.
Yeah, and he called him Ned Brew. I don't think he knew his name was Nerd Brew.
Yeah. So the next or the last two people, they might actually be the same person. So I'll throw both names at the same time.
Oh, okay.
OIC, ICS.
Retard.
Perfect.
That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta
Perfection.
say. Well, yeah, I mean, hey, what can't be summarized about that individual with just a couple words? I think it's fucking insane how this person just keeps pretending to be new people, like, endlessly for years and years and years. And I do wonder about them. Like, you know, I wonder if one day we'll ever find out what the real story is, you know? Like people speculate what the deal with this person is. I mean, they obviously have money to burn, but who's to say, like, do they really have money to burn? Are they putting it on credit? Are they someone like if they do have the money, how do they have it? Why do they pretend to be all these different people? You know?
Well, there's also Timbo in the chat. He goes under Timbo Slice. He has Phil smokes crack, I smoke crack, Chicken Man. He has Stock
Yeah.
and Tiger, and he spends money with all these sock accounts. But at one point, he was spending $1,000 on Phil. He was spending money on hot tub streamers. He was spending money on RTU and LOLCOW Live as well at the same time. And
Brutal.
at one point, he was taking out bank loans and payday loans just to pay Phil.
I mean, that's just it, right? You never know what people are actually doing. This kind of makes me think of Jay Hayes. Like, this is based on just my speculation, but I really don't think he has any money. Like, I would really, really not be surprised at all if all of those big chats he gave Phil the other day were coming from credit. Like, I really would not be surprised at all. I don't think he has any money. I don't think a lot of these people have any money.
Yeah, and if you look at Timbo again, 3 times bankrupt, going for a 4th time. Like, at what point do you go, okay, maybe I shouldn't do this? Like, that's got to be a mental illness too, as well.
Yeah, like what's next after that? Like, how many times can you go bankrupt and have the bankruptcies proved? And how do you like? I don't know. Like, what can you do for someone like that? You know?
Well, imagine too, he's spending money on Phil and hot tub streamers.
Yeah,
That's quite a range
That's
right
weird.
there, yeah. But they both beg the same though.
Makes you wonder if he's getting off to Phil too.
Yeah, like Derek.
Yeah.
Yeah, because at one point you had the hot tub streamers. You give them money, for Timbo does. They take off clothes. Timbo gives money to Phil. He puts on clothes, the hats and the vest.
Yeah,
So he gets both ways.
that's so funny. Yeah, he's a reverse hot tub streamer.
So now we get into depending on how you see this, very disgusting, very weird stuff. We are talking about Girl World.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah. And I am very confused, very scared, and very horrified after the stream I had. So I had some questions.
Yeah, poor guy. Yes, go ahead.
If anyone is wondering what I'm horrified at, look at this image right here. Just look at that image. And that's all you got to see. So, first off, how long have you been watching Girl World?
Well, I started, I guess Amber Lynn would be the first one I watched. Yeah, dude, that picture is shocking. Her anatomy is like nobody else.
It looks like something out of like Dark Souls or Elden Ring.
Yeah, it really does. Like it looks like it has to be like not real, not in reality. I started watching Amber Lynn during the Destiny era. I think it was about like 2016, 2017. And yeah, I mean, honestly, people ask how I found her. The YouTube algorithm blessed me. I had actually heard of her before I ever got her on my feed and watched her. But yeah, no, I got her on my feed one day. I don't remember exactly which video it was, but it was one of her vlogs with Destiny. So of course it probably had a really great thumbnail of her and her now ex, who looked like an obese little boy. And yeah, never looked back, I guess. I mean, there have been times where I've watched her less, or maybe gone a few months without watching her, but I've always kind of had a general idea of what's going on with her.
So a lot of people think it's just the two girls, Chantel and Amber, but there's a lot of different other girls in Girl World. Which one is your favorite to watch?
Oh, I mean, Amber Lynn will always have my heart, but you know, I like Foodie Beauty as well. I like her now that she's back in Canada. When she was in the Middle East, I could only watch her very sparingly because the content was just like impossible to keep up with. It was just the same shit all the time.
Bro, when I found out she was Canadian, I just lost my shit. Like, why are all
Yeah,
the
she's not,
Canadians like
like-
this?
She's not too far from you either, she's in
Well,
Ottawa.
The thing is, so in my area, I have DERICH, I have Chantel, I have Kino Casino, I have Jay Hoof, I have a bunch of other weirdos in here.
It's okay. I found out not that long ago that Ian and Anissa Joma live in the same city as me. Did you know they live in Edmonton?
Oh yeah, they moved from
That's-
Seattle.
Yeah, that's insane. Why do they live here? Who the fuck moves here?
Well, you know what the really funny part is? So the other day, Anicia found out that DSP is actually in Renton.
Oh, shit.
Because someone asked her about the king snake. And he's like, oh, did
Oh,
DSP live
really?
in Seattle?
No way. Oh
Yeah.
my god, they could have met up.
Oh, imagine that pairing together.
I mean, dude, Phil and Ian are two of the most cucked men I've ever seen in my life, so it might have been a natural pairing.
Well, she is a succubus, as she says.
That's so gross. Like, bitch. Hell no.
I don't know what it is, but just looking at her, I just immediately see like trailer trash. I just see that.
She just has a very strange face and a very off-putting vibe, and she doesn't really know how to like groom herself, and it's just everything about her is just generally very off-putting,
And then, did you see the thing she revealed the other night about her and Ian and their sex life and that?
Oh no, what was it?
So
I'm
apparently,
scared.
she's been wanting to peg him this whole time, but he refuses to do it.
Why would she tell that? Why would she say that? Why would you tell people
Yeah.
that? Dude, there's no way he's okay with that. Like,
Because she was
or I
talking
guess
about,
maybe he is because he's so whipped, you know?
because she was talking about like boundaries and relationships, and she's like, yeah, because you see, Ian, I wanted to peg him, but he's not into that butt stuff yet.
Oh my.
Maybe in future.
Yet! Oh my god, girl.
Yeah, that's probably why PWR wants her.
That's fucking nuts, dude. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know that much about them, but I have started to sort of find interest in them in the last few months because, like, she's shocking. He's wild, and they live in my city, which I feel like gives me a a more personal connection. So,
Well,
Yeah,
I did
but
find-
anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
I did find out one thing though with Anicia and Chantel is that they have that whole Muslim thing going on where they
Oh,
do
yeah.
it for their benefit for other people but not actually believing in it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a weird, like, I don't even know how to describe it. I want to say like clout, but not really, because like what clout do you get for being a Muslim? I think they do it because they want to seem unique and interesting, maybe, because like I think Anissa's family actually is Muslim, but she's obviously not living a very devout Muslim lifestyle. I think she wants to seem interesting by being like this heavily tattooed woman who wears like skimpy clothing and makes porn on OnlyFans while also somehow being a Muslim. Like I feel like she thinks that it's like cool and interesting, you know?
Well, I think she was a Muslim and then she stopped being a Muslim. And then wait till you get to the part where she thirsts over Hassan. She's talking
I've
about
heard
how
that
girls
she,
want to
like,
fuck him and all this other stuff.
I've heard that she like very openly lusts after him in front of Ian and stuff like that.
And then there's this one thing I saw where you remember how Ian had the boxing match and he had the trainer and
Yeah.
stuff. So they showed the video, and every time Ian got punched by the boxer, she would smile like she was reveling in his pain.
What? Holy shit.
So that's a deep hole that I'm starting to get into too.
Oh my god, I'll have to look that up because that's like insane. What the hell?
So you're in DSP land, you're in Girl World land as well. Who are some of your favorite Girl World detractors?
Oh man. Well, listen, right now is sort of a strange time in Girl World because the content is very weird. There's like, well, I'm sure as you know, Amber Lynn is not making her own content right now on her own channel. She's on LOLCOW Live, which for me is absolutely unwatchable. I literally cannot, like, I just cannot bring myself to watch or follow any of it. I just don't care about any of it.
I hate that whole universe.
Oh, me too. It's so weird, dude. I've learned a lot about it through Amber Lynn being involved in it, and I hate everything I learn about it. Like, it's so like, I don't know. I guess at its core, I hate that it's very inauthentic and that everything is scripted and that you've got this strange environment where Keemstar is like a puppet master for a bunch of like disabled, disadvantaged people, and he like, you know, it's like some like it's like WWE and a soap opera kind of combined, but then like really shitty, like not good, you
What?
know, like not polished.
Yeah, I think this whole thing is a vanity project for Keem because he managed to get people that are more socially retarded than him so he can look like the bigger person. So, oh, look at all
Yeah.
these people, they're worse than me. That's why you wanted DSP on there. So he can go,
Oh.
oh, look how awkward he is. Look how socially inept he is.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Dude, it's all about Keemstar's ego for sure because like this is sort of one of the main things I've learned about it since Amber Lynn's been on there is that it's the Keemstar show and he makes sure you know that he is like at the head of all of this. And the way that the people on the shows speak about Keemstar is like they're speaking about like their cult leader or something. Like they have this like really strange like undying loyalty and respect for him, and they speak about him as like a figurehead and kind of like, you know, the final decision maker and like this all-knowing person who's going to make good decisions that have their best interests in mind. It's so super weird. I just like cannot get into it. But as far as Girl World detractors goes, I would say for Amber Lynn stuff, one of the biggest channels, Oh Lordy, It's Doherty, he's great. He's very funny. Like, he is one of the biggest or the biggest Amber Lynn streamers for a reason. He's very funny. Something I really appreciate about Girl World is I find here's a major difference between like DSP streams and say Amber Lynn streams, for example. I find that there's a big difference in how complex the streams are themselves. So like you'll notice if you go to some of these Girl World streamers pages, like their streams are pretty simple. A lot of them are just a camera and the video, and that's it. They don't have like animation set up for super chats or tips or anything like that. They don't have anything else on the screen. It's very bare bones. And most of these streamers are like that. But I think what it allows for is like the people that make the content have to be very entertaining to kind of make up for the lack of these other things that are going on. And so you have these like very charismatic people over there that are very silly, and I do really like that. Like I think there's a certain charm to these simple kinds of streams that you get over there. So Yeah, I think Oh Lordy, It's Jordy is a really good example of that. Like, he's very funny. He's got really good little quips about Amberlynn. He's pretty smart and pretty quick with the comebacks because Amberlynn absolutely hates him. She talks about him all the time. So I really like him. He's great. And then I also really like there's this one channel, Alex is Shook. He's got really good videos too. He does like little recaps, and yeah, they're very like straight to the point, but he also adds silly little comments. So I really like him too. I would say that those are probably my two favorites. And then for like just quick little recap videos that don't really have much commentary on them, like if you just want the raw footage and the clips, then Apathetic Facts is the best channel for that.
Pretty similar to a Snort Hogan video.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, like I would say Apathetic Facts maybe is a little more edited, so they might splice in like some very minimal commentary, or they might bring back clips from past stuff that Amberlynn has said. But yeah, that's a good comparison. Like if you want just some clips, definitely go to Apathetic Facts, or like Orange Queen is a good channel too for that.
Yeah, because when I did my stream on it, I immediately fell in love with the content from Jordy. Like, I love anyone who's sassy. Like, the sassier, the better for me. I absolutely love that.
Yeah, he's so funny.
And then there was another person, people kept saying, something Snow, Mr. Snow or something.
Oh, Mr. Snowflake. Yeah, Mr. Snowflake is great too. Yeah, I should have mentioned him as well. He makes really good, so Mr. Snowflake actually has like a main channel. He's got like a huge following. He makes like documentary style videos on there about all kinds of people online. And he gets like a shitload of views. Like it's an actual really big YouTube channel. But then he kind of fell in love with making Amberlynn content. And so he made a side channel where he does like ongoing Amberlynn videos. And his videos are really good too, for sure. He's pretty silly. Actually, what's really funny about Mr. Snowflake is the way that he got into making Amberlynn videos. I don't know if you know this story, but he originally was making a docu-series on Amberlynn Reid as a supporter of her. He was trying to make videos about how she's just this girl that's had like a really shitty life and she doesn't deserve to be hated on because it's not her fault.
Wow.
And after making a couple episodes of that, he realized, holy shit, this woman is despicable. She's a piece of shit. I literally cannot defend her. Like, now I understand why people hate her. So in doing his own like research to try to defend her, he realized that she sucked. Isn't that like such an insane origin story?
Yeah, because at first you're like, you don't know anything, you look into it, and all of a sudden, just like an onion, layer by layer, it just unfolds.
Yep. Totally, yeah. Yeah, I think he has like a really good origin story. Because I mean, I think it says something about him that he tried to give her the benefit of the doubt. But I mean, if he was trying to defend her and show that it wasn't her fault, and he literally couldn't. So
So I'm gonna ask you a very loaded question here.
Okay.
What's the most disgusting moment from Girl World that you can think of, or off the top of your head, or your favorite? Because I have a feeling I know what it is. I have a feeling.
Oh man. Well, I assume you're maybe thinking of the washcloth.
Either a washcloth or a cookie crumble.
Okay, that's gross too. You thought of something else. Those are all very gross. Yes, I am not going to take away from how gross those things all are. There's a lot of gross shit that happens in Girl World, and I do mean gross shit.
Yeah, so if anyone doesn't know, so Amberlynn, she's so big she can't wipe herself. So she'll put a rag or something on a corner and just use it to clean herself.
Yep, back up and down on it like a bear on a tree. I think the grossest... Okay, so those are all gross. I will raise you another gross story that you might not know about because it's kind of a little niche at this point. But while she was dating Jade, Feline, the one that she lived with in Lexington before she moved to Oklahoma, there's this story about a time that they both ordered DoorDash, and Amberlynn ordered seafood boil. She was binging on the seafood boil so fast and so, like, carelessly that she went to eat a piece of potato and she didn't chew it enough before swallowing it, so she started choking on this potato. And she was choking on the potato, like choking on the potato, like medical emergency, choking on the potato, could not breathe. And she was choking on the potato for so long because when someone is her size, you can't perform the Heimlich maneuver on them in the normal way. So her girlfriend was with her. Luckily, her girlfriend saved her life. So instead of being able to perform the Heimlich maneuver, her girlfriend had to start just beating her on the back, which is the right thing to do. That's what you're supposed to do, is like just hit someone on the back really hard if you can't do Heimlich. And it worked. She dislodged the potato. But Amber Lynn had been without air for so long. By the way, she's the one that told us this story. Keep that in mind. Like, why would you share this? But she was without air for so long that she started to black out. And because she was losing consciousness and like effectively dying, she shit her pants.
Oh.
And then when her girlfriend dislodged the potato, she vomited all over herself.
Oh, so both holes.
It's everything. Just every bad thing was coming out of her all at once. And she told the story, and like, I think the reason she told us this story is because she thought it was like romantic almost in a weird way, because her girlfriend like saved her life. But it's like an insane, like, that's fucked up, right? That's crazy.
Yeah.
So she's telling this story all like dramatically and romantically and stuff. And she's like, yeah, so like I, lost control of my bowels and I vomited all over myself. And I was crying because the whole thing was so scary. And Feline, Jade, that's what she called her, was Feline. Feline just grabbed me and we just held each other. And we just held each other and we sobbed and we cuddled and we sat on the couch and cuddled and held each other and sobbed. But like while she was covered in vomit and shit.
Oh.
So I think that might be one of the weirdest stories, because like, why, like, hey, if that was me, like, I'm glad I saved your life, girl, but like, let's do a quick hug and then how about you go take a shower before we cuddle,
Yeah,
But
clean
yeah,
up time.
let's clean you up before we cuddle together on the couch and hold each other and cry, because what the fuck? That might be one of the worst ones. I don't know if that tops the washcloths, maybe not, but I think
Oh, I didn't
it's
hear
pretty
about that.
bad.
That is really, really bad.
It's not even
Yeah.
that old either. That only happened in like, would have been like, I think 2023. Like, that's not that long ago.
So now, what is the controversy of animals with Chantel and Amber?
Oh, dude, what isn't the Amber Lynn and Chantel? Well, Amber Lynn treats pets as like bargaining chips in her relationships. So if she needs to, accidentally on purpose lose someone's cat to get them to like her or stay with her, I know that sounds crazy, but like there's stories there. She will do that. Chantel as well. Chantel more so uses cats as like kind of like, she just kind of uses them to make herself feel good. Like she always has to
Yeah.
have at least one cat at any given time just to stroke her own ego, which is really weird, but so the earliest thing I can think of with Chantal and her cats was she had 2 cats back in the day, Sam and BBJ. And they were like really neglected. They were super neglected. Like they never had their nails trimmed. They never saw vets. They were either like over or underweight. They were sick all the time. Like they were just not well cared for. And ultimately a hater actually ended up taking them away from her, which was kind of hilarious. But she rehomed the cats to this hater, not knowing it was the hater she was rehoming them to, because she was moving to Kuwait to be with her now ex-husband Salah. So she needed to rehome these cats. She couldn't take them with her to the Middle East. Which was for the best because they were super neglected. But then when she moved to the Middle East, she instantly went and got another cat, Julia. And I mean, same thing. She neglected the shit out of that cat. It was really bad. She left. I don't really remember what happened with that cat. I think she left it with Salah when she left the Middle East. There was like this other like debacle while she was in Kuwait too, which I think is what ultimately got her kicked out, which was that she was like picking up random stray cats off the street and then trying to pawn them off on rescues or something. And she was like asking for money to take care of them or something. I'm not very like super confident on the story, but it was something like that. Like just something really fucked up and bad. And it turns out this is crazy, by the way. I don't know if you know this, that this happened to Chantal, but there was a law passed in Kuwait while she lived there that begging for money online was illegal.
Oh.
Which doesn't, like, that sounds fake, first of all. Like, that
Yeah.
literally sounds fake. But they made it so that you could not go online and say, my PayPal link is this. You could not do that. It was, like, illegal to do. And so at that time, she was asking for money so she could pay for stuff for these stray cats she was picking up. And that got her in big trouble because an animal shelter that she pissed off reported her for doing it. And ultimately, that's why they ended up leaving Kuwait and moving to Syria, which at the time and still was an active war zone. So
she was born in Canada, right?
yes. Oh yeah. She was born in Canada. She lived here all her life up until I think she moved to Kuwait in maybe like 2022.
Yeah, because I saw her with pictures and videos where she didn't have the hijab on, but as soon
Yeah.
as she started dating the one guy, all of a sudden head to toe. So did she
Yep.
just do that for him, or was it something
Yes.
else?
Well, she definitely did do it just for him, but she says she did it because she just so happened to want to become a Muslim anyway. Like, basically, she wants you to think it was her own idea to become a Muslim, and it's all just a really happy coincidence that she ended up with a Muslim guy in Kuwait, but it's not a coincidence. She did it for him, yeah.
But at the same time, I saw they broke up, and all of a sudden she
Yes.
just got rid of all that stuff.
She did at first, but she does wear the hijab again now, like in present day. So, here's the thing. Here's the thing about Chantal that's a little bit different than the other LOLCOWs. She leaves the house a lot. Like, she goes out on the town every single day and does shit.
Oh yeah, with the
So-
scooter, right?
Yeah, yeah. So there are lots and lots of pictures and videos of her out and about in Ottawa from the last month or two, and she is generally wearing a hijab in them. So I don't really know what her deal is now, but she does a lot of shit that is, I'm not a Muslim, but I'm pretty sure it's haram to smoke weed and binge eat. So I don't know.
Alright, so I got one last question for you. It's a tough question.
Okay.
Who is worst, Amber or Chantel?
Oh man, they're both so bad, dude. Like some of the worst people on this planet. Amber Lynn is like a chronically physically and emotionally abusive person to her friends, family, and partners. Like, and when I say abusive, don't take that lightly. Like the worst kinds of abuse, like horrible, like some of the most fucked up manipulation you can think of, like making fake accounts on things to torment people from. Like she's like financially abusive. She stole Becky's mother's inheritance. Like she's a really, really bad person. Chantal, on the other hand, her worst story ever was probably the time that she really wanted weed. So she had sex with a severely disabled guy to get him to buy it for her.
Oh my god.
Like this is Blooper said Hitler versus Stalin. Yeah, that is literally what we're doing right now. Like I literally can't pick an answer for you. They're both really fucking bad people.
Wow.
Yeah, it's so dude, it's crazy over there. It's it's rough. You know, it's funny. The thing about Girl World is like you think you're just kind of watching these silly fat girls, and I think to most people that's all they think it is, but there's so much that goes on, you know, with these people.
Yeah, and I really wish I was the same person I was like 5 minutes ago. Because after hearing all that, I miss that person that I was.
Well, yeah, and I mean, the thing is too, like it's not like you said, it's not just necessarily Amber Lynn and Foodie Beauty. Like there's all these random kind of other people that are in that universe too. You know, one of my favorite Girl World people to watch, she died, but I loved watching her. I don't know if you've heard of Life by Jen. She's kind of like a forgotten
Sounds familiar.
person now, but yeah, she was very fascinating to watch. I actually really, really liked keeping up with her. She wasn't as funny in the same way as the other girls. She was more like interesting to follow, and yeah, she unfortunately passed away a few years ago, but she was also older than the other two. She was like, I think in her late 40s or maybe early 50s or something. So she was a bit older than the other ladies. So unfortunately, yeah, she got sick and passed away, but she was really interesting to watch too.
And there's so many parts of the internet. There's so many different corners, so many interesting stuff going on. I've
Yeah.
I've dipped my toes in Girl World, dipped my toes in DSP. Obviously, I'm in DSP. I've seen RTU stuff. I've seen LOLCOW Live, Keemstar, all that stuff. It's amazing world, amazing internet, and there's still more to explore. And
Yeah.
in the future, I'm definitely going to do more streams. So, is there anything else you want to say or ask?
How did you get into watching DSP?
Oh, so this is going to be an interesting story. So I was working with a guy and I didn't really watch YouTube. Then he noticed, oh, you got into YouTube. I'm going to write down these people that you should watch. And guess what the first 4 names on that list were?
What? What were they?
Number 1 was Review Tech USA, Low Tier God, Wings of Redemption, and Dark Side Phil.
What? Was he fucking with you?
After seeing all the stuff, probably. So I'm like, the very first thing is like, I don't watch tech stuff, so I'm not gonna watch this Review Tech USA thing. So I'm not gonna watch that.
Yeah.
Then I'm
Sure.
like, Low Tier God. I'm not in the fighting games or whatever. Then I see Wings of Redemption, like, okay, maybe I'll give it a shot. So when I started watching Wings of Redemption, is at the exact moment it was, look here, look, listen, and throws the controller and stuff, which was the peak of stuff.
Awesome.
But he
Yeah.
got so boring after that. And I'd always see pop-ups of DSP in his cowboy hat. I'm like, why would I want to watch someone who's like probably handicapped? Why? I was like,
You thought he was handicapped?
yeah, because he always had that face, that weird face.
Yeah. Yeah, the soy face. Yeah.
So I'm watching Wings. It's boring, same thing over and over. Like, you know what? I'm gonna watch this DSP person. I started watching
Holy
his stuff.
shit.
I'm like, this guy's gotta be fucking with me. There's no way anyone's like this. A couple weeks later, I'm like, oh, he's just an idiot. That's what. And then I just
Holy
got
shit.
drawn in because I started watching DSP around October 2019. So that was
Mhm.
around the corner from the bankruptcy. So I started learning
Oh,
a lot
wow.
about his finances and WWE champions and all this stuff. I'm like, I can't leave here. I'm stuck here.
Oh, that's such a good time to get into him because there's just so much going on, you know?
One thing I do miss is I wish I was around the time when This Is How You Don't Play first started. Because, oh man, what a time that would have been.
Yeah. Yeah, oh my god. I mean, it would be crazy to look back having followed him for that long.
And the funny thing is, too, so when I was watching Wings of Redemption, I was also watching Two Best Friends Play. I don't know if you ever watched them. They also work for Machinima with DSP, and I didn't know anything about DSP. So they would make jokes about DSP all the time. So they'd be like, oh, who's that retarded person who can't play games? And then the other one would go, oh, that's Darkside Phil. And then they go, oh, don't pick on him. He's special. And it's like, it's not his fault. And then the other person, whose fault is it then? And this is the line that did not age well. The other guy goes, probably his parents. It's like, yeah, now that I know in hindsight, yeah, it's his parents.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Yeah. And that brings
Oh
me
my
to
God.
here. Yeah.
That's very funny. Wow, that's a pretty crazy story. It's
Yeah.
crazy to get told about him from someone unsuspecting like that, you know? Like someone that you work with. I can't imagine telling a coworker to watch Dark Side Phil.
Yeah, because I
or,
didn't
or
know
any of those other people.
I didn't know anything about YouTube beefs or anything like that, so I'm like, whatever, I'll just give it a shot. I really wish I didn't
That's-
watch Wings of Redemption first, though. I'm just gonna say that. Because the look here, listen thing was fine. It was funny. But after everything after that was just downhill. Because all
Yeah.
the stuff like
Yeah, Wings.
him saying, oh, I hope your family dies in an automobile crash or all that stuff was before that.
Hmm. Yeah, he's pretty boring these days. Hey, like I don't know. He just kind of. I've heard people say, well, he's medicated now. He kind of just.
Well,
He kinda
he's
just does
very
his thing now.
delusional too. So the other day, he was talking about how he thinks he's a better entertainer and gamer than the Burnt Peanut. And he should have all his viewers.
He loves talking about that guy. Hey, do you remember how much him and Phil talked about Burnt Peanut in their phone call together?
Oh, yeah. Well, the funny thing, too, is, so that 3 a.m. call between Wings and DSP, so when it got cut off, Wings was saying, oh, this gamer, you know her, you watch her, she plays old games. You know who he was referring to?
He was talking about that early bird lady, right?
Exactly, right before Kat came in. So that,
yeah, I've heard.
that uh-oh means, oh, you're talking about early bird.
That's pretty funny that that's how that happened, hey?
Yeah. But that was a good interview. So everyone watching this, we're going to take a little field trip. So YouTube's going to be shut off. We're going to play a game over on Kick. And I believe Kinda Sav is going to stream on her Twitch channel. If you want to plug your channel.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I'll just put my link in the thing. Yeah. I don't stream on Twitch that much, but I would like to more. So I thought this would be a good opportunity to actually do something on there.
Yeah, and Kinda
thank you. This was a lot of
does
fun.
not know what game we're playing. And it's a horror game, too.
Yeah, all I know is I had to download freaking Fortnite. You got me to download Fortnite. Do you understand what a feat that is?
Oh,
I
just
had
wait.
it like I had
Just
it some
wait.
years ago, but I think I played like 1 or 2 rounds and I was like, yeah, this isn't for me. So we'll see. I am very curious.
We are not playing the Battle Royale. We are playing the user-created games in there. So there's definitely a different thing, and you'll see that. So, yes, we'll see.
I'm very interested. I like scary things, so
Okay, so anything else you want to say?
well, thank you for having me. This was a great conversation. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, it flew by. That was over 2 hours. Wow. But
Let's go.
first 3 episodes, amazing times, amazing time tonight. Next one is a little bit different though. The next robust podcast is April 23rd. We are going into Bossman Jack territory. I'm going to have Pickle Time on the Robust podcast. And then on April 28th, I'm going to have Misery Merchants on the Robust podcast as well. So hope you guys like that. And we will see you on Kick.
Another begging stream, another fabrication fails on the ropes, the lights are dim, the walls are closing in, another dead in his ego, another grift begins. He believes the trolls, the haters, the algorithms are rigged, but truth is taught a bit of pill, a consequence unfig. He built his throne on lies, on curated careful scams, now dash fires burning bright, exposing all the shams. But the trolls, the haters, the algorithms are rigged, but truth is taught a bit of pill, a consequence unfig. He built his throne on lies, on curated careful scams, now dash fires burning bright, exposing all the shams.